Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y TV. And tonight, we are at round number 12 of the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series. We're here at Richmond Raceway for the Sim Search 1. Was that 48? I can't really see that right now. 148.
Goody!
And,
it's the simsearch.com 148.
Simsearch.com.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know. I'm really having trouble seeing the screen right now. The stream.
That happens
so we'll work on. It does, and at least my beauty, I still have that. But anyway, I think we got 274 lap heats tonight, or halves tonight. Top 6 will invert, and as always, as you already heard from Carlos, he's joining us here. I'm Mike Goodman, and returning from Talladega, it's the one, the only, Matthew Bayuk. How's it going, Matt? I heard you had a pretty good run, top 15.
Yeah, you know, we don't have a fully fledged super speedway car for the car I was on, so we were doing our best to hang on with the pack, and we didn't really have the right springs in the front end, but long story short, it went pretty good, and we didn't crash the car, and yeah, we were pretty happy with 13th. Had a pretty good time. Of course, I was missing out our throwback race here. I go to a billion ARCA races, and my days doing this in the booth here because of ARCA are numbered, but I cherish every race I go there, and I cherish every OSCA race I get to sit up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's glad to see you back up here in the booth. I'm trying to figure out my settings really hard. I am having really hard time making out anything on this the stream right now. I don't know if it's me or what's going on.
I don't think it's on your end because I can't really tell.
Okay. I was wondering because I thought maybe I had some setting. I've never had it where I saw where the members are here, and I can't see. I can't see the bottom half of the screen. But anyway, here at Richmond, again, very vastly different than we've seen at Talladega. You know, we go from the 2.5 mile Talladega Super Speedway to the 0.75 miles, 3/4 of a mile Richmond Raceway. What are we kind of expecting? You know, we've seen some chaotic moments last week at Talladega. Can we kind of expect the same thing here tonight?
Leagues always have a hard time handling Richmond acceleration off the corners. It's hard to do that. Everybody's diving down into the corners and on the brakes, and they're trying not to run into each other. However, I think if there's a short track that's actually going to go better, it's going to be this one, because I've been seeing guys run all over the racetrack. First in practice right now is Seth Rawls. He was telling me he thinks there's a top line tonight, a legitimate top line, not just kind of, the Motegi Oval. You could run a little higher if you want. Like, there's multiple different groups tonight. So if you have to go somewhere else, it's not just going to be this mad dash to dive under everybody and fight for the bottom. You might be able to search around the track and find grip elsewhere.
Yeah, I was kind of watching him periodically during practice, and as we did just end practice, and now we'll get into qualifying at the moment. But yeah, I seen him running. He was testing lines out like I believe it was like Carl Edwards or Kyle Busch. Can't remember which one was which.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they were running that very top line as if you're running like Chicagoland or something. He was definitely testing out a bunch of lines here, and you got to wonder, top of the leaderboard here in practice as he goes out right now to make his qualifying lap. But something at least he can kind of take notes for and see what happens once we get into half number 1.
Yeah, and I was also looking at guys who are hot lapping and long running in practice. Are we going to have long runs? I don't know, but we do have in total. It looks like about 150 laps of racing action tonight. And in that top 10 of guys who ran fastest lap times in practice, Gilberto, Javier Gomera, James Watson, Zach Rogers, Seth Rawls, and Zach Evans. Those were 5 guys who ran multiple runs of at least 10 laps. I looked at I always go through the top 10, who's got the fastest laps and who's actually been doing long runs. You look at the guys with the fastest laps and the long runs, and those guys usually seem to turn out pretty good.
And right now, it's kind of the qualifying speeds shuffling up. Dustin Dewar
right now. That's
on
a good
top
lap.
of the leaderboard, yeah, and especially seems like the track slowed down a little bit from especially where we've seen early on in practice, and sister teammate there, Jeff Green, on the outside. So definitely figured something out here. But as you see there, another guy, up there in the top 5, Rhett Nichols, in that 3rd spot. He's always pretty good at setting a hot lap down. So that could be a guy to watch out for here tonight. But if we look at Seth Rawls, right now mired back all the way in 11th spot. So again, this is qualifying. It's 1 lap, and I think, as you said too, once you get those long runs kind of figured out, I think that could definitely pay off before the night is through.
Yeah, speaking of Jeff Green, I think above any of the other ones excites me more than anybody up in that top 5 right now. He did put together about a 20-lap run, which is probably honestly speaking, one of the longer runs you will see tonight. But yeah, he's going to be starting on the outside of that 2nd row, and he's got more long run practice than anybody else in that top 5 right now. I know I said Rogers and Gomera and Watson, who are currently in the top 6, have ran long runs, but none as long as Jeff Green so far in practice.
Bringing out that old, Xfinity Series experience out here tonight, as we do have a couple cars out on track right now. Ty McIntosh making his lap. Cooper Johnson, Cody McLean. I think McLean's going to be around the 23rd position at the moment. And Cooper Johnson, and I believe, I guess they're all done now. Cooper Johnson in 14th, and then Ty McIntosh in 5th. There's still a couple cars yet to qualify, but an interesting development hearing from you too is our points leader coming in tonight, Nick Indelicato. Might have at least a rough night. At least in half number 1, might not be in the field because of some technical issues.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, he's looking at half 2 at this point. He's, at the very least, he's not starting half 1. It's absolutely not happening. And just so we know, DJ Weeks was pretty quick in practice. He's finally making his way out onto the track to set a qualifying lap. But no, Nick Indelicato, there's a pretty good chance we don't see him until half number 2 tonight. Lots of technical difficulties.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate there for...
But he's locked in.
For DJ Weeks. Yeah, he's locked in. So yeah, he's but maybe getting that momentum here. We're getting kind of getting down here to brass tacks. When's the last race before? We have Miami next week, right?
Yes. Miami will be the cutoff race.
And then we go into the chase-offs.
Which I can't tell you, he hates Richmond. This is his least favorite track by far. So I don't think he's maybe he's not complaining too much.
Yeah, he's not going to be too disappointed. So there is that. As we do see DJ Weeks making his final lap here right now, 24th on the leaderboard.
Oh no,
going around. Yep, too much beans, as Carlos will say, goes around.
See if anybody else. So that's gonna put him way back.
Yeah, Neil Rutt and Braxton DeWeese on track right now.
Tell you what's going to be really fun is our championship standings watch. You see Justin Kolb, Tim Conrad, Gilberto, Javier Gomera, and Dave Carpenter are 4 guys that are 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Looks like for the most part they've all qualified pretty well. Yeah, Kolb and Gomera in the top 10. Where did Tim Conrad qualify? Oh, Tim Conrad did not put together a good lap, but he was pretty quick in practice.
We'll get first up. I think we'll get our picks in here for half number 1. Vic, who's up first for picks?
It's going to be Dallas. And he did put in our chat here that Dallas is picking the number 20 for half 1.
Son of a.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Ooh.
Yeah, I really wanted that one.
Yeah, Dallas is going first. I am going second. So, I was actually thinking the 20 or another driver, but the 20 is unavailable anymore, so I do apologize. I realized that the wrong thing is, that's also the wrong thing. There we go. My pick is going to be the number 32 of Dusty Dragon Doer.
Ooh,
got himself a pole this week. He's been good lately, too.
Yeah, he's getting hot at the right time. I believe I'm next then, right? Correct?
It's you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the guy on the outside of him. I'm going to go Jeff Green. He's looking to turn that luck around. He started off hot, but he needs a big turnaround. I'm going to go with Jeff Green.
All right. Now, Vic and I are tied for first, but he has himself on top of me on the little graphic. So
better take it.
Now.
I'm going to...
Hey,
I'm gonna take it, and I am glad
Whoa.
this guy did not get picked. What?
You're gonna
Missing
take
something
it.
here. What am I? I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna take Justin Kolb.
Justin Kolb. That was one of my contingency picks. I like it. I like it. So we'll see if we can get Vic in here quick to make his pick before we go into the driver's lineup.
Vic will be sending us
Yeah.
his pick just any
He's doing
moment
it right now, actually. The
Okay,
pick is in.
is the pick in?
Yeah,
This is
what's
like
the number one
NFL
pick for
draft.
Vic?
The NFL drafts. The 09. He took Brent Jones.
He took Brent Jones in the 09?
Yeah, and Brent Jones qualified 10th tonight. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, he was decent in practice. I think top 10 in practice as well. Did the Houston Texans just have 2 picks, by the way? But anyway, we'll get through the drivers lineup here. I'm watching the NFL draft as we're doing this as well. But again, on the pole in that number 32 Do Good Motorsports Chevrolet from Medford, Wisconsin, it's going to be Dustin the Dragon Doer. And on the outside of him in the number 2 DGG Racing Chevrolet from Owensboro, Kentucky, your 2000 Xfinity Series champion, Jeff Green.
Starting in the 3rd position in the number 55 holotype Watson Racing Chevrolet from Washington, D.C., it is Rhett Nichols and his Mitsubishi Motors machine. On his outside, in the number 20 SG Racing Team Ford from Louisville, Kentucky, subbing in for Braxton DeWeese is Zachary Rogers.
And on the inside of row number 3 in the number 10 Shift Esports Ford from Asheville, North Carolina, it's Ty Pottymouth McIntosh. And on the outside of him in the number 99 Miss Goodies S2 Racing Team Ford from Worcester, Massachusetts, it's Gilberto Javier Gobera, the emotional support pick.
Starting in the 7th position on the number 43 holotype Watson Racing Chevrolet from Fairfield, California, it's James Watson, and to his outside in the number 52 RK Motorsport Chevrolet from Santee, California, Justin Cole.
And on the inside of row number 5, in last week's half 2 winner in the number 9 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from Schaumburg, Illinois, it's David Westergreen. And on the outside of him in the 10th position, he didn't wait too long to find himself a ride for this week in the 09 Outlaw Racing Chevrolet from Dorr, Michigan. It's Brent Jones.
Starting in the number 11 position in the 89 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from Denison, Texas, it's Dylan Thomas. On the outside of row 6, starting 12th, our throwback winner in the Tide Ride tonight again, number 71 Do Good Motorsports Chevrolet from Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey, David Carpenter.
And on the inside of row number 7 in the number 25 Shift Esports Ford from Peabody, Massachusetts, it's Seth Rocketman Rawls. And on the outside of him in the number 91 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from South St. Paul, Minnesota, it's Cooper Johnson.
Don't worry, Braxton DeWeese fan club. I know we said he was getting subbed in his number 20 car tonight. That's because tonight he's subbing for Nathaniel Cherry and the number 26 Shift Esports Ford Mustang from Miamisburg, Ohio, Braxton DeWeese. To his outside, and the number 13 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from Spartanburg, South Carolina, Adam Peeler.
On the inside of row number 9 in the number 73 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from Blackwater, Queensland, Australia, it's Kynan the Landshark Jones. And on the outside, starting 18th in the number 6 RK Motorsports Chevrolet from Princeton, North Carolina, Zach T. Me Fine Evans.
Starting on the inside of road. Starting on the inside of row 10 and 19th, number 87 RK Motorsports Chevrolet from Invergrove Heights, Minnesota, Darren Staff. To his outside.
He's taking a selfie.
What?
He's taking a selfie.
Oh, no.
Selfieing and driving.
Let's see. Yeah, I can't even see it on my screen. Oh, no. Okay, anyway.
And the number 96 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from, what do you say about Adam Tepe whenever you announce him?
The dirty side of South Bend,
The dirty
Indiana.
side of South Bend, Indiana. It's Adam Tepe.
Makes sense, don't it? And next up in the inside of row number 11, in the number 98 Holotype Watson Racing Chevrolet from Phoenix, Arizona, it's Victor Aldrich. And on the outside of him, in the number 20 or 21, starting 22nd, in the 21 Do-Good Motorsports Chevrolet from Holbrook, what is it, New York, right? Yeah, New York. It's Thomas, the modified guy, Capuano.
Starting in 23rd in the number 39 Do-Good Motorsports Chevrolet from Thomasville, North Carolina, it's Jordan Tarble. To his outside on the number 5 Weekend Woodsmen Racing Chevrolet from Rochester, Pennsylvania, Cody Mr. McLean.
And on the inside of row number 13 in the number 95 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from Virginia Beach, Virginia, it is DJ Weeks. And then the outside of him in the 00, the throwback runner-up last week. That was a pretty sharp-looking car as well. For the Weekend Woodsman Racing from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, it's Caden Tufts.
On row 14, starting 27th in the number 35 Weekend Woodsman Racing Chevrolet. From Conneaut, Ohio, it's Tim OSCA Daddy Conrad. To his outside, how the heck did nobody pick this guy? Number 29, R.I.P Motorsports Chevrolet from Yorktown, Virginia, and a one-off fourth entry for R.I.P Motorsports, Cameron Rich. Why did nobody? We had 5 people and nobody picked Cameron Rich.
Yeah, well, I already picked the 29 for the first half one time.
Oh, there's you. That's why you can't. Well, we know what you'll do the second half.
Yeah, no kidding. On the inside of row number 15, how about this? It's the number 4 car for Shift Esports from Syracuse, New York. It's Nick Indelicato getting those wheel problems figured out.
He's gonna
be looking like the Wild Thing. He's going to work his way from the back to the front.
No idea he would be here. I'm shocked.
And on the outside of him, in that number 14 Weekend Woodsman Racing Chevrolet from Cheyenne, Wyoming, it's Alex Kenton.
Rounding out the back of the field, these are amongst the guys, starting with Cameron Rich on back, did not set qualifying laps. And the number 66 DGG Racing Chevrolet from Union Beach, New Jersey, Neil Rutt III. Rounding out the field, still running that sweet Jimmy Johnson throwback, which did make it pretty far in that tournament. The number 54 Nurse Aviator Racing Toyota from Brooklyn, New York, Rasheed Coles.
And that is your lineup here for the SimSearch.com 148. And we're about to get ready to go green. Pace car lights are off as we go right now.
Pretty deep
getting
field
ready,
here.
getting ready to go green. Yes. Oh no! I accidentally went to full screen. I didn't want to do that, and I'm going to back out of that for a second. So hold on.
Pace car's off.
Pace car's off. Green flag's out. Dragon with a great jump on the inside. He left his teammate out to dry. Rhett Nichols goes on the inside. He's going to make a move towards the front, and Dragon, that 55 car, they're off to take the lead here. Oh, Ty McIntosh on the inside trying to work around Jeff Green. He gets a little loose going coming off the 2.
I'm paying attention to the back of this field, this number 29 car, this really sharp-looking 3-wide TV car of Cameron Rich, splitting dudes 3 wide, already up, I want to say 4 or 5 spots in 1 lap.
Yeah, Cameron Rich is definitely on the move. Keep an eye on him back in 23rd. Moving up strong as a lot of these guys going to be powering through the field. Right now, Dustin Dewar trying to lead this lap, trying to hold off. Rhett Nichols right on that back bumper. Dusty Dewar does get that lap led.
In the back of the field, Adam Tippe, Tom Capiano, and Cameron Rich all caught up in it.
Oh, man, heavy. Thomas Capuano, you see backwards there. Oh, man, Adam Tepe. Doesn't look like he's too bad.
Oh, man, it looks... Oh, wow.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Capuano might have got loose.
It looks like, I think he got tagged by Victor Aldrich, but Victor was kind of peeking his nose in, and Tom was trying to get that wide arc off the corner, like get that wide exit, and did not know he was going to be there.
They both met in the middle. Ooh, Cameron Rich. Ooh, he might have. Is he missing his bumper? Or is that just?
He got hurt.
Cameron Rich nailed. He nailed the door of Thomas Capiano pretty hard. He had nowhere to go.
Oh yeah, it's crinkled. I seen for a second he lost that front end, but man, oh man. Tough break for those guys involved there, and again, just as you said, it appeared to be just a racing incident, kind of meeting in the middle there for I believe you're looking at the replay now. I think that's where they just made contact now. And you see Tepe and Cameron Rich nowhere to go.
That could have been a lot bigger than it was, I will say.
Oh, definitely. As you see Cameron Rich coming down pit road. I think DJ Weeks, Alex Kenton, Thomas Capriano, and Adam Tepe, who is currently scored 1 lap down on the field here.
Sorry, we're also providing part-time draft coverage. The Colts just picked Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised seeing that. I suppose they didn't have a quarterback, so they kind of needed that. But
yeah, I guess so. A lot of people thought they picked Will.
So how did the Texans? Who picked third? Did the Texans have 2 straight picks? This is what
I thought they traded down. I don't know really.
Man, oh man!
I think the Dolphins were supposed to have one of the earlier picks, but they gave it up, or they lost it.
I think there was a few trades. No, they traded with Arizona.
Oh
wow.
I know that who went second overall, because I know the Texans took Stroud.
Yep, and then they took Will Anderson Jr. at 3, so they had 2 picks in a row.
Oh, okay, I had it flip-flopped. Okay, yeah.
So I wonder what they had to give up. I heard the Cardinals were potentially going to trade DeAndre Hopkins, so I wonder if that was the case there. So wow, interesting. So we'll keep you updated if if we know someone's favorite team. I'm supposed to announce over all drivers for Dewar who the Packers pick at 13. So we got a little while to go for that. So it could be a minute.
Trying to see who's back out on track of our injured race cars. Cameron Rich is back out there. Thomas Capiano coming back down for more service to his car. I don't know if Adam Tepe is rejoining the race. He is still on pit road. He hasn't moved.
Yeah, it's Tepe. Yeah, it didn't look like he had that much damage, unless it's just a frustration thing here. Maybe something happened in the dirty side of South Bend. You see Capuano. That back side of his car is in rough shape on pit road here, but I see. Are they going 1 to green now? I think they're coming to 1 to green here.
Right, and for Adam Tepe currently holds a pretty huge gap. I want to say a gap of roughly 72 points on that cut line, but David Westergreen, Tim Conrad, Justin Kolb, well, maybe not Tim Conrad right now, but Westergreen and Kolb and Gilberto and Carpenter are all pretty far up the field right now. If Tepe is in pretty good shape to make the chase, but he is definitely in a spot where all those guys could finish good, and it could make it a little bit more exciting than he might want it to be.
Yeah, it could be a little bit more nerve-wracking, that's for sure. And one guy who's on that outside looking in, he needs a couple pretty good runs, is our leader right now, Dustin Dewar, and we'll see if he can hold off Rhett Nichols, who that Mitsubishi motor seemed like he had a pretty fast hot rod there. We'll see how this restart plays out. They get the Geico restart. Dustin Dewar with a good jump. Oh, he spun the tires just a little bit, but still able to pull away. And now Ty McIntosh on the inside. He's running side by side with Rhett Nichols, and I believe it was Rogers. I was going to say Braxton, but again, the fill-in driver there tonight, almost making contact. And now Ty McIntosh right on the back bumper of Dustin Dewar, and it's a 5-car train. Heck, it's even throw Watson in there as well, back in the 6th position. But here comes Ty McIntosh on the inside, trying to make a look for the lead.
Yeah, you were still seeing a little bit of that inside lane choo-choo train, but you look throughout the pack, it's not the mad dash you usually see everybody. Oh, he clears himself down.
I think Terrence Staff just hit the wall back in 17. I think he might have got pinched in the wall here by Adam Peeler. So Terrence Staff still going, running that 16th position.
Oh, Dewar bobbles up top trying to defend.
But can he hold on? This is like Dale Jr., Kyle Busch back in 2008 battling for that lead.
We know how that ended.
Yeah, hopefully it won't end the same here. Does look like Ty McIntosh is able to clear it, and just in time as the caution comes out. Uh-oh,
I think that's definitely going to be... it's Tepe. Is it Tepe? I see him slow on the track.
A bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
My poor computer is screaming at me right now.
Oh, I
got a lot of things open. Rashid Coles appears to have been involved.
I think Cody McLean might have been another one that was involved in the wreck.
Oh man, I'm glad nobody picked Cameron Rich after all.
Oh, McLean hit the wall. Oh man, and loses his front bumper. And I don't know if that was incidental contact there, because it looked like Rich lost his front bumper. McLean was he was bouncing off the wall, and I think Cameron Rich might have. Oh no, did he all that for it? I just lose him there for a second.
He's still in the race.
He's still in the race. Okay.
Well, in the races, I use that term lightly.
Well, Cameron Rich, we've seen him do some wild and crazy things. So, maybe win in a modified at Richmond. He could pull off a move that a former OSCA series competitor, Austin Beers, winning at Richmond in a modified. Cameron Rich can do it here tonight.
We'll see. I think a few more cars are going to have to get junked first, but we'll see.
Hey, we're still relatively early. We're on lap 13 of 74. Our leader now, Ty McIntosh, still running that throwback. So you see a few guys running throwback. You see just getting his lap back there. Neil Rutt not making the race last week. Was that a Hermie Sadler throwback? I believe he was supposed to run.
I think so.
So I think, we see him back. And Cameron Rich just barely staying on the lead lap. So right now, your top 5 as we run.
Somebody fresh out of the infield care center.
Oh, we do? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's bring him on up. And Adam Tepe, the driver of that number 96, involved in 2 cautions here already. Adam, what kind of happened? Seemed like you're a victim of circumstances all the way around here tonight.
This is the worst 10 minutes of iRacing I've had my entire life.
And that was even after running that full 24 hours of Carb Cup, I believe, too, huh?
I would rather. Dude, I have never.
Have you ever? No, I never.
I've never, ever.
So the second wreck, we had a little bit trouble seeing. What kind of happened to you in that under that second caution there?
Well, I would have been fine, but my car already wasn't turning as it was.
Oh yeah.
I was right in the back. They got collected up in the wall, and then I don't know. Someone came down off the wall, and that killed the rest of the steering I had left.
And now. So now at least you get to watch a little bit of the NFL draft while you wait for half number 2, or are you going to get back out there and try to see what you can salvage?
Maybe in 17 minutes. But
okay.
Oh yeah, it was that bad apparently.
Wow.
That bad apparently, and I can't watch. I mean, my team doesn't pick till like 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So.
Who's your team?
It's Brown.
Oh, you said that was shame.
I did.
Oh, man.
Dude,
I thought since you'd be the dirty side of South Bend, I thought maybe the Colts.
No, the way people look at you when you say that.
Brown's gonna Elisha Moore this offseason.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are fine.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. You're on the upward trend for once, maybe, for a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
So we're about ready to get going back to green flag here, but what's kind of your plan here for half number 2 once that rolls around here?
Nothing. Not wreck.
Not wreck.
Hey, you know what?
That's
y'all have fun.
All right, you too. Hopefully we'll talk to you again. We'll get your shout outs for your sponsors then too. Peace. That's Adam Tepe from the dirty side of South Bend, Indiana. Obviously out here tonight, at least for a little bit, as Rhett Nichols and Ty McIntosh, they pull away. They bring Zach Rogers now with them. And Dustin Dewar and Polson are falling all the way back into the 4th position as for now. But yeah, still as you're kind of saying here, the top right now, I think all the way back to Jeff Green at 6. Oh, Gilberto!
He's blocking it down. Somehow doesn't take anybody with him. Caution is back out. I think he got some help from David Westergreen.
Cameron Rich and Nathan Tepe not involved. Hype.
Right. About time. And it looked like a little bit of a 3-wide setup, and it was
tight.
It was a weird. It looked like a weird kind of an entry for Westergreen to try to get dialed in there, and he tried staying off.
He was squeezing him pretty tight. I think it looked like David was trying to stay off of him, and I think maybe Gilberto could have afforded him a little more space.
Yeah, and just I think Wesker is pretty committed on his entry and corner there. Just kind of again racing it's in 3 wide, and Darren Staff, yeah, as Carlos said, did get involved in that. It looks like he's already got that.
Clip.
Man, yeah, he's already scraped the wall. He's got a little more scrapes on the side there. It's a short track car here right now. That's a short track racing.
Short track racing.
Somebody tweeted
With a
about that earlier
squinty-
today.
Yeah, who
I can't
tweeted
really-
that? I can't remember who tweeted that now. That's gonna bug me. But someone
Got a lot
out
of
in the
cars
field.
coming out on pit road.
No, it's just the drivers who were kind of involved in other incidents.
Yeah, Braxton DeWeese, Gilberto, DJ
Nick
Weeks,
Delicato and
Cameron
DJ
Rush.
Weeks.
Now you gotta wonder is Cameron or in Delicato? We haven't really seen him get involved in an accident, but do you think that might be to kind of make sure that wheel is everything's kind of on the up and up?
It could be, but I think he took tires too. I do think I saw the tires go on the car. Braxton DeWeese, I want to say, probably took tires too, and Alex Kenton is coming out so far behind them. I'm sure he took tires too. That's interesting. I don't know if they have 2 sets in the pits. I think they have 2 sets in the pits. It's a pretty early call to take tires, but maybe they're thinking about track position later on in the race. I don't know.
Yeah, so we're on lap 21 of 74.
Well, hang on. Time out. 2 sets
Oh,
of
what do you got?
tires per half. But they got 1 set in the pit.
They only have 1 in the pits?
2 set. That's what the notes say. 2
Oh,
sets of
yeah.
tire per half. Oh, hold on. Vic is gonna tell me he messed up. Yep, it's 2. So you're right. Vic messed up. It's 2 pits per half. No, sorry, 2 in pits per half.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, two in the pits. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, that might not be a bad strategy then.
No, not at all. I mean, strategy is going to be interesting if they keep having cautions like this. I like to think that eventually we'll take enough race cars out. People will either 1, mellow down, or 2, there won't be enough race cars to wreck. But we'll see.
Let me tell you what.
Sometimes.
I once did a league race for a league I was covering a while back, and this was right when the tire sets were being introduced in iRacing. And I decided I'm gonna save 1 set of tires for the very end in case there's like a 10-lap shootout. And sure enough, there was. I was running like 15th the whole race. I kept on driving through the inside. We had like 4 restarts, I think, because there were a couple cautions. But with those fresh tires, I was able to drive up to a 3rd place finish.
Oh wow. Huh.
Somebody
So
could
see-
do that tonight.
Yeah, someone could definitely do that tonight. And actually, I'm just watching the draft now as we are getting down to 1 to go. The Detroit Lions were on the clock. They traded with Arizona, who was again
Oh, my
in
goodness.
the number 3 pick. They traded back to what was that, number 12,
6. Oh,
and then they traded back to number 12, and then they traded up to number 6. So,
yeah.
man, did you ever see that movie Draft Day? I think we've ever seen a little bit of real life action of that going on
Picks
right now.
going all over the place. Nobody's sitting where they should be sitting.
Yeah, what's going on? No one's at the kid table anymore. This is big boy stuff going on, and the big boy stuff's gonna go on in this restart as Ty Little Kitty Potty Mouth McIntosh is gonna lead to the green flag, and he gets a good start. You can see Zach Rogers, the teammates time that up pretty well, as Rogers is gonna shoot right by Rhett Nichols for that 2nd spot. And inside line getting going right now. And again, as you said, some cars look like they were pretty close to hitting the wall there. Jeff Green kind of stuck on the outside, but does it take a few laps? I don't know if you talked to Seth when he was kind of testing that outside line. As you see, he's back in that 7th position, working that outside line right behind Dustin Dewar. But did he say it takes a little while before those tires get worked in, and then you can run that top side, or is it pretty much from the get-go you can run that top side?
Oh, hold on, son. Kynan Jones has brought out the caution. To answer your question, I think in general tires need to be worked in. He never detailed that on as far as whether it makes more of a difference for that top side.
So let's see what happened here with Kynan Jones.
Ooh.
Kynan Jones got dumped pretty much. Looked like Victor Aldrich intended on going in a little harder than he did.
Yep. Oh, and just shot him up into the wall, and disappeared on my screen, so I don't know if he came back. I don't think anyone else collected in that wreck. So,
Nope, just
fortunate
one car incident. Heard Tarbo going down Pear Road.
And that's important for Kynan Jones. Kynan Jones is 8th in standings right now. He's got about a 48-point gap over that cut line, and that guy that he's got that gap over is Ty McIntosh, which, if you haven't noticed, is currently leading the race.
yeah. So that's not boding well. Not a good situation that he wants to be in. So that's how that goes. Neil Rutt getting another lap back there, and that Hermie Sadler throwback that he was supposed to run last week. I believe that does put now 30 cars on the lead lap, kind of depending on where Kynan Jones comes out. I believe he'll be able to stay on the lead lap as well.
Yeah, there's some damage on that car, but it's not going to take him out of the race quite yet. He'll be able to fix some of that up and maybe still yet be decently competitive.
I think a lot of those guys. Jordan Tarwell, he's back on the racetrack. I think was he just making his pit stop? I don't think he had any damage to his machine.
Jordan Tarwell, well, I wasn't going to say anything, but after the caution came out, he did go for a little slide of his own through the infield grass, so he might have cooked the tires a little bit.
Yeah, that will happen.
Damage. He went for a ride. He's okay.
Dog will hunt. Sometimes that does happen occasionally. But again, your leader right now, Ty McIntosh, in that number 10 car. Sister teammate Zach Rogers in that 20 car. Right behind him, and Rhett Nichols in third, and James Watson in that Jeff Green throwback. In fourth spot, Dusty Dewar will round out your top 5. So we have Jeff Green in 4th and Jeff Green in 8th right now.
You have 2 Jeff Greens in the top. Yeah.
And that Watson Jeff Green paint throwback, I believe, made it up to the semifinals.
It did. It went pretty far. If not for a hilarious typo on the right rear, maybe it would have gone through.
What? Watson?
What?
Waston.
Watson.
It says Waston instead of Watson.
It says there in
Is
the
it
other
on the
side
left rear too?
Yeah.
Oh
Team
yeah, there it is.
Waston.
Look above that rear tire. Team Waston. Who are those? I've never heard of Team Waston.
Team Watson. Huh. Interesting.
Trying to find some of our bigger movers in the top 10. Dylan Thomas is up 5. Seth Rawls is up 6. Darren Staff is up 6.
Delicado up
Tufts.
12.
Yep, Delicado up 12. Caden Tufts is up 10. Ken up 9.
And then kind
Got
of
some
the
guys coming up.
big losers, obviously Adam Tepe,
Huge loser.
getting out of the race down at 12. Well, he's a huge loser no matter what happens. Anyway, I hope he heard that. And in 20th, Gilberto Javier Gomera. Of course, we've seen that slide earlier on in the going. He's down 14 spots in that 20th position as of right now. But it looks like we'll be going back green once they hit the green. It'll be lap 31 of 74. We'll see. Now we'll have the teammates kind of working together all on the front row. We'll see if that changes up how they restart. It looks like still no Ty McIntosh going to get a great jump. And Zachary, I want to say Braxton so bad in that 20 car. I gotta check myself.
You gotta hold on to that.
Yep, I gotta hold on. He's trying. And speaking of holding on, Rogers is trying to hold off that 55 car from making a run.
Oh,
here.
Caden Tufts around.
Caden Tufts is around, hard into the outside wall. Oh, we got more around. Braxton DeWeese, also hard into the wall.
And he hit the wall head on, very hard. And that was, I believe, even after the caution came out.
Oh, it's going to start with Braxton DeWeese. He
looks like he timed out or something. Not timed out. Blinked out.
Is that what you're hearing? Or did he? What happened? Because you'll see Braxton DeWeese in here under Caden Tufts. It looks like.
Oh, yep. It looks like he jumped under Caden Tufts. And then it looks like too much. He just entered the corner very aggressively and obviously did not end well. I gotta take a look at Caden Tufts and see if I believe only those 2 cars involved, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no, I think that Rashid Coles is involved as well.
Yeah, he was.
I saw.
No, he was.
All right.
Okay, I didn't. I must have lost them where they were at that point, but
Here's on board with Rashid.
okay, we're watching. You guys are watching the other board. I can't see it.
Oh no, it's the same thing for me, Carlos. If you, I don't know what it is with the
can
share
try again.
screen. It is
yeah.
okay.
It's rough. I
And
can't.
the
I can't see
aspect
how
ratio is really wonky too.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, I
we're
know
cutting
what's
off
up.
like a big
I
chunk.
know
of-
what's up.
We're cutting like half the screen out here, man.
Oh wow, I only
Hold
have
on,
8 screens.
Hey, I'll fix it.
Hold
I'll
on,
fix
hold
it.
on. We've
Hey,
done we've
calm
been in
down.
this realm before.
Calm down.
We've been here. Oh, we're
we
back,
go.
baby. Whoo.
So is that what the broadcast was seeing, or is that what we were seeing?
That's what you were
That's-
seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We get
Okay.
we get the crap. The people out there viewing in YouTube
Well,
land
they're
get
the ones that
only the
matter.
best.
They are the ones that matter.
I mean, I thought I would matter at least a little.
No, you don't.
That's fair.
Maybe more than me at least.
You know
Oh,
what?
the Raiders just picked.
I was gonna say I was actually gonna segue to that. You know, speaking of picks that don't matter or things that don't matter.
Well, they'll probably screw it up.
Yeah, let's see what bust are we gonna see the Raiders pick this year.
When is the Dolphins' first pick?
It's not for
Oh.
a while, I don't think.
Unless they trade.
No,
It's up
I
to the top
don't
20.
think we have
They
a
don't
round
have a
one
first
pick.
round.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
because I know we
We'll see.
lost one with the collusion to try to with like talking to Tom Brady, and then I think
yeah,
the other one we traded for.
Or didn't you trade into the first round?
Yeah, we because we lost
Yeah.
two. We lost this year's first round pick, and we traded away next year's first round pick, or vice versa.
You know, you can't
Or-
screw up a. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought maybe they lost last year's pick and then they traded into last year's first round. There was definitely some wheeling and dealing going on as we were seeing that. That's more common. But speaking of wheeling and dealing here,
Yeah, how about them Heat?
nope, too soon. Too
Oh
soon.
no!
It was a gentleman's sweep too soon. We won.
Gentleman's sweep. No, I mean it's too soon to talk about it, Carlos.
Why? Do you like?
Unbreak my heart. Actually, I'm not that big of a Bucks fan, but still, it was still disappointing. It was still a little disappointing, especially knowing that Carlos is in Miami, grinning.
Who's the Raiders quarterback? Did they get Jimmy Garoppolo or?
The Bears?
No, the
Oh,
Raiders. The Raiders.
Oh, I was like,
Because they got rid of
Bears.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, who did they get? Did they
I
get
guess
Jimmy?
my-
I
oh
think
yeah, they did get Jimmy. Oh, they
Yeah.
signed him to a pretty decent contract. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe they'll draft quarterback, and maybe the quarterback will sit.
Hey,
they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah,
We're
that-
going
that's
green,
still-
I think.
Yeah, that
Yeah, we
still
are.
might not. That still might be an option. But here, who's quarterbacking the field right now is Ty Potty Mouth McIntosh. Very unmuch like a former quarterback in the NFL, Phillip Rivers, who never swore. Ty McIntosh is not that guy. But he's going to get a good jump here, and it seems like I'm kind of surprised here too that it even seems like with teammates generally kind of work if you're in the same Discord chat or whatever, you work out those restarts. But man, whatever lane that leader is in on his restarts just goes. Ooh,
That's
that
just a
Rodgers
graphical
just-
issue.
Hey, no, we're saying they're scraping the wall. Kerry Gant, high, wide, and handsome. There's the kids that say Carl Larson. Man, Jeff.
Oh, we've got Kynan Jones around again. Caden Tufts
Oh,
is involved,
man.
and the caution's
Oh.
out.
And man, could it get any worse for the guys who are having a rough night?
It's like, yeah, it's like guys who just cautions breed cautions for the same guys. They just can't escape it. I'm not really sure what happened here. They were 3 wide going into the corner. Adam Peeler got loose. Kynan Jones had a run on him, and it looks like Kynan Jones
Ooh.
was just not expecting him to be there.
And yep, and it actually looks like Peeler too. I was gonna wonder just the way that started out. I thought maybe Peeler was gonna just have a bad angle going to the corner and wash up, but it did kind of look like that he would have maybe assumed that Peeler was gonna let off. Let's watch this angle here.
Yeah.
Peeler did a pretty decent job. It was kind of I think a little combination, as we've kind of seen all night, just a combination of the two, going for that same real estate.
Yeah, and Peeler, when you enter a corner that low and try to be competitive with it, you're going to wash up usually. Peeler did a pretty solid job not coming up the track. He did stay down there, and Just maybe Kynan Jones thought he was going to be able to dart down in front of him.
Yeah, you know, I think Seth Rollins has got to advertise that, hey guys, we can run multiple grooves here, because we're seeing like classic Richmond stuff from like 10, 15 years ago when we had a one groove track. They're all filing down for the bottom or maybe that second lane, or one or two lane racetrack. But again, too, some of this track might not be worked in at the moment, especially with their kind of limited green flag laps right now. But man, let's get it figured out. Let's get some green flag racing going, boys.
Yeah, that's what I want. Man, this first half is over halfway over. We haven't gone green for more than 5 laps here, and I'm thinking it's got to be coming soon. These guys usually they start to clean it up. I'm really thinking it's going to happen soon.
And I definitely think once we, start getting closer with and I gotta wonder now too, though. I don't know how many green flag laps we've ran. But and again, not knowing the fuel whatsoever. But with these caution flags, could they potentially maybe make it? Especially if we trend in this direction with all these cautions.
I guess there could be a possibility they make it all the way on gas, and maybe they're not using the tires up all that much. We saw, I think, Indelicato and Kenton are on the freshest tires in the field. They're 14th and 16th. The other guy that was on fresh tires is Braxton Deweese, who, as we saw, got involved in an accident. It's just you run a risk. You always run a risk. If you sacrifice your track position, you take tires. And at this point, if I'm in the top 5, I would be terrified to come take tires the way it's going right now. You put yourself back there in harm's way, whether it's your fault or not. There's a decent chance you get caught up in something. It's definitely... I don't know what the right decision is. You can take tires, but I don't know if I'd take them yet.
And what's always so hard about this, too, man, I think, do you wait? Do you see if you can maybe make it? Then you get a stretch of green flag runs in, or even a couple cautions, and then you have the guys, now like Darren Staff and kind of that 10th through 15th they come in. So then they're the guys with the freshest tires. And then by the time, if you're one of the leaders that stayed out long enough, you're going to go all the way to the back, and you're going to have like 4 or 5 different tire freshness to run through. And it's to me, I don't know, it's always just a mental mind game, and how to balance that out. It's a test of iron wills.
Yeah, and if you ask me, I think we're getting close to decision time. If you're going to take tires, you can't take it that much later. If you take tires too late, you simply won't have enough laps to pass all the cars, even if they're crashing, because you'll probably get caught up. As we go green here, I wouldn't give it past 55 if you want to come take tires.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. Ooh, that inside line, I think Watson was the one who spun his tires there a little bit. As another good jump on the inside for a race leader, Ty McIntosh. And, I didn't realize this till right now. Obviously the throwback weekend was last weekend. But Ty McIntosh, is Robbie Gordon. No, it's a Jeff Burton one. I'm thinking Robbie Gordon. See, it was Jeff Burton, but I'm just thinking Ty McIntosh, Robbie Gordon. Potty mouth.
Okay.
It fits. So that's where that's coming from.
Doesn't it fit?
It does fit. I apologize to Jeff Burton for trying to compare his scheme to Ty McIntosh, but Robbie Gordon, attaboy. Couldn't have a better kid to match up with. I'd like to see Ty McIntosh on like a dune buggy out in the sand, or
Stadium Super Truck.
Those Stadium Super Trucks are fun to watch.
And his so cool.
And his kid Max Gordon, I seen him I think he was 13 at the time. He can wheel those things, which probably not surprisingly, because I'm pretty sure that's all he does in his free time out in the backyard. But we do have a battle here for second spot. Zach Rogers, he's kind of the first guy here really trying to work out that outside lane. Didn't work this time. He might fall in the clutches of Dustin Dewar. But I think that's where we got to see guys kind of get a feel for that top groove here.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like it's more of a bottom lane track right now. I'm wondering maybe it was a little later in the run where you don't have enough grip to get those drives off the corner and it wants to kick out.
Caution.
Oh, caution. It must be towards the back of the field, I think. I'm not seeing anything immediately obvious.
Oh, Alex Kent.
Oh, man, it's another one of those guys that came down for tires.
Yeah, and that's, plays at risk. We'll look at the 3-wide TV replay here. Now we can look together here on this wreck.
Mm-hmm.
see.
Well, I see a 99 car near him. That must be the...
No, my mama's car did not hit him.
Oh, well, technically he didn't.
Was that
Technically he
I don't think he
didn't.
touched him. I don't think he touched him.
Yep. Carlos is right. And, you know, speaking of Robbie Gordon, that car, I think it's supposed to have the like moose paw, the deer paw prints on there. Not paws, hooves prints. Ooh, yeah, it's crazy net code. There, it kind of almost looked like the hip, but that other angle definitely looked like net code happened there. But that kind of reminds me, you know, you guys are probably too young for this, but Robbie Gordon in 2000 ran a Flintstone scheme that looked mighty similar to that car.
Oh, I've seen the car.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. Ooh, that was a pretty good lick in the back, in the wall there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Here's
The
another
damage
fun
might
fact.
not be so great. No,
Robbie Gordon also beat out his brother in the 2001 season finale.
Oh.
His long lost brother.
Yes,
You know, they
long-lost
didn't.
brother.
Yeah. And there was
And,
no brotherly
New
love
Hampshire,
lost
right?
between those two drivers. New Hampshire, that is correct, yeah. And I think it was earlier that year at Watkins Glen, speaking of Robbie Gordon fun facts, he was leading the race at Watkins Glen when his in-car camera started on fire and he had to evacuate the car
That's
immediately.
right.
Yeah. So, how old are you, Carlos?
You don't ask a man that question.
Do not word it that way. Ask about his age.
How? Yeah. Are you?
What is
are
your
you,
age?
How? Yeah. How many years have you been on this earth?
Or you could just ask for his birthday and do the math yourself. He'll never see it coming.
Before you were Carlos, what were you?
October 18th, 1994.
Oh, so you were like 7.
Oh.
Yeah, you're a little older.
I didn't start watching NASCAR. I've seen like bits here and there. I didn't start watching NASCAR until the 2007 season. Actually, the first NASCAR memory I ever have is that Busch race where where my favorite car, the number 10 Nesquik machine, flipped upside down and almost everybody wrecked in Talladega. Yeah, I think 2000.
Was that
All
that
the Falcons.
There was was that 2002 where they took B. John Robinson off?
John Robinson, man.
Wow. But with in that wreck, was that the one at Talladega where it was 26? It was like half. It was over.
Yeah,
like 3/4
it was
of
at
the
Talladega with the number 10 Nesquik machine. Fun fact: that driver is here racing right now.
Yeah. He is currently running in the. Where is he now? Wait, no, because I have to scroll down.
Hey,
He is in the 8th position in that DGG.
I still can't believe that my first ever NASCAR memory is with this guy, and I'm over here covering his race.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of, it's weird because one of my first memories is of the guy who's throwback of the car below him. That's obviously Dylan Thomas in the Morgan Shepherd throwback. I remember him winning a race at Atlanta in 1993.
Morgan
My favorite
Shepherd's
driver's throwback is
fast.
on pit road.
Yeah, he was really good at Atlanta back in the day. He was fast there. What was your first NASCAR memory, Matthew?
Well, he's sitting on pit road right now.
Tepe. No, wait, who was it?
No, it's
Oh.
Rashid Coles, that car.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson.
It wasn't exactly that car. It was the... I don't know why this exists in my brain. It was seriously just an image of... I could not... I was not yet at the age where I could formulate long memories, but it is the image of the Forever on Our Hearts car.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
2004, right?
Yep.
I was a wee 3.5-year-old lad.
Hey, sometimes you remember weird stuff like that. As green flag's back out, Ty McIntosh does remember how to hit the throttle, and he gets another good jump there. But this time, that outside line getting a good workout. Rhett Nichols is going to hang on to that second spot, and Dustin Dewar is going to see if he can get that high side work, and he's alongside Zachary Rogers going down the backstretch. So it seems like a little bit more and more, as it seems like every restart, that outside line showing a little bit more muscle.
Could be with the tire wear.
Yeah, it could be one of the tire wear things, maybe a little bit more rubber laid down as well. Ooh! Looked like going into that corner there, Rawls maybe washed up a little bit more than he wanted to. He got pretty close to that 43 car of Watson, who drops back into the 6th position.
I just want to let a note right now that Cameron Ridge is 17th.
for what that car's seen and what that car looks like, that's not too pretty bad.
There's not much of a race car left. He is slowly working guys over. He might yet get up. There he goes, still trying to shoot 3 wide. I think he can still get a top 10 out of this thing.
Yeah, he's going. He's working on getting around Gilberto and working on Brent Jones as well for getting in the top 15. And man, oh man, Carlos, when are you going to auction off the front bumper for that car for charity?
If we can ever find it.
Yeah, you can make it. Can't you make it one of those NFTs or whatever the kids are doing nowadays? I should say kids are doing it. It's like the like, I don't know. It seems like the Packer games. I think they did that like 3 times. Where instead of getting like a cool car flag, they give you an NFT.
I don't really want to associate myself over there in that section of the internet. I also don't want to be arrested for fraud.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good reason to not.
Oh no, Jared!
Jared making contact with Westergreen. They able to keep it straight
Cole
out.
3 wide. Cole jumped under him. He made it 3 wide. He's trying to take advantage of it. It's not going to work.
Oh, he was almost going to turn his teammate. That's your teammate, man. Man, you're telling me Cole's not hungry to move up the racetrack? That was on his own teammate. That's his own blood.
Fun fact, RKM has all 3 cars currently in the playoffs for within the chase-offs for within different sections. The 87 and the 6 are both currently in for the owner's chase-off points, and the 6 is currently the only one in. Excuse me, the 52 is the only one in for the driver's points.
Oh, so the owner points for the 87 and 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So
Yeah,
Justin's
they
trying to drive his
definitely,
way into the owners as well.
So he's got to be pretty close. I never looked at the standings for the owners' points. I should keep an update on that more. I know Vic tweets it out every day or every week, not every day. Remind me of the points, Vic, every day. But now we might be reminded here. There's a battle for the lead as Rhett Nichols.
Only 13 laps to go in this thing.
Yeah, man, once we get these green flag laps going, it goes pretty quick here. And Rhett Nichols right on the back bumper. It's Mitsubishi versus Ford. Who's going to cut it out? And if these guys make contact, we got Dustin Dewar and Rocket Man Seth Rawls battling for that 3rd spot. Right behind
He saved it!
Dustin Dewar takes the lead on the outside with 12 laps to go.
That is huge. I was just about to say, I was waiting for my chance to cut it and say, Ty McIntosh is 6 points out. His priority above all should be securing a solid finish. It's going to be harder now, but that might be the he gets turned by Rhett Nichols again in the same corner in the same spot. And he saved it again.
What?
What is going on? Caution is out. As you've seen Gilberto spin, there is a lot to unpack here, boys.
I can tell Ty McIntosh is a bit of a hothead, and right now I do not want to know what new words he's making up. Oh my goodness!
Are you telling me Ty McIntosh is a hothead? I wouldn't have known that by his nickname. Man, oh man, and I think definitely reasons to be upset here. And obviously we're getting down to the win. That might have been a little bit of a net code. But, obviously 13 laps to go. Maybe could have backed off. I want to see the second one.
I know Rhett feels terrible because you can see Rhett threw away a lot of spots to let Ty get back in front of him.
And
Rhett is apologizing. Rhett is apologizing profusely over the voice chat right now. Sorry to cut you off.
When you get apologized to like that, if you're that hot, does that even matter? Right now?
No.
It looks like the same thing. Were they both net code? They almost look both like net code.
I think it's close. I'm curious. I'm gonna go. Let's see.
Man.
Well, I don't know. That first one, I think, if you
first one is netcode.
The second one looks a little bit more contacty on my screen, but this first one, you can chalk up to some netcode.
So man, what a wild turn of events! And how about Ty McIntosh?
Still 12th.
Still 12th, and still has a race car that didn't get into the wall, didn't even lose it.
We need to bring one of them up.
Oh boy,
I don't know.
Second one for sure was contact.
Oh boy, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm a little nervous to talk to either one of them at this point. I think, especially for the 55, if he was apologizing that much, he's probably trying to regain his composure, just for feeling so bad about getting into the 10 2 times.
Here's what the caution was for.
Oh, here we go. Obviously, the Macintosh has to regain his composure because I'm sure he is not happy. Oh,
this was my God, there was another exit.
Oh, Tepe, why?
He just came back to crashing. He's 27 laps down.
He's like, just out here for a Sunday drive. Oh, son of a.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That was huge. Ty McIntosh was 6 points out. He was in really good shape. He's still in 12th, but I don't know how much tread those tires have left on him. And he's got Cameron Rich right behind him.
Yeah, he's got to get going. But we do actually now have the 55 of Rhett Nichols here out of the infield care center, and Rhett, man, it was
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay, nope. All right,
Been vetoed. Perfectly fine.
we got vetoed.
Vetoed. All right. It doesn't happen often, but I'm gonna.
It really doesn't.
Right.
No. Perfectly
All
fine.
right,
We'll move on.
Yeah, we'll move on because we got a race still going on here, guys. Whoo! It's getting hot in here. I was going to say something cleaner.
This is
So-
kids are
so-
watching this.
Insert the next line if you know it.
Or make up your own lyrics. As,
Do whatever you want.
It's heating up because we have the Dragon leading this race, and on the outside of him, we got a Rocket Man.
Oh man,
That's
Rocket
wrong.
Man is showing his
It's,
nose up front, and Dylan Thomas said, "Hey, Nick and Millicano." Yeah. Sorry, go.
Goody. It's getting hot in here, so please take off more tape.
Yeah, take off. Ooh,
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. And NASCAR does not like having illegal tape on cars. At least, well, these cars you can tape them up. These are legal. Old Gen 6 cars. This is now we're gonna get to green with 5 laps to go. Dragon Doer gonna lead him to the green flag. He's gonna take that restart.
Oh,
He's
what
in
a
a good
jump.
start. Oh,
What a restart.
Oh, I wonder if Seth Rawls spun the rear tires there too, trying to keep up. I think he's got his bumper knocked in, and he's gonna have to battle with teammate Zach Rogers on the inside. This is that opportunity for the Dragon. Try to pull away. Oh, there's contact. Dylan Thomas in the outside wall. We might see some 3 wide action going into 3.
Those are my 3 team cars breathing down the Dragon's back, but I don't know about you. I think I'd rather see Dustin Dewar win tonight.
Well, hey man,
He's been so close a few times this season.
Man,
that's who I want to see.
You know what I'm pulling for. Yeah, like especially maybe Carlos more than anybody. But Rocket Man's right there, coming to 3 to go. Dustin's parking the bus on the bottom, but we know that Seth Rawls can run that outside if need be. So we'll see what the strategy is. Now 3 to go, and he is right there. Seth Rawls, the Rocket Man, does he have the boosters in him to get around? And Indelicato, again, failed pre-race inspection with a wheel issue. He's up to 3rd right now.
He's there. He is absolutely there. Primed to take advantage of anything. Dustin Dewar is 50-plus points out, the exact number, 53 points outside of the chase, but still eligible. A win or even a finish up here right now would be monumental. A lot of the guys in front of him points are having bad nights. This is huge for him. Just as I was going to say about Ty earlier, with just a lap and a half to go, he's got to stay up front.
And one thing I know the way Dusty Dewar feels about this OSCA season, he wants a win, probably more so than pointing his way into the chase. But can he hang on for one more lap over Seth Rawls, coming out of turn 2 for the final time?
It's a good drive off. Seth is there still.
Seth is there still, almost makes contact with the outside wall, diving down into turn 3.
Deep.
Oh, he drives deep. He's right on the back bumper.
It's Dustin Dewar.
Dustin Dewar's gonna win the half number 1 of the SimSearch.com 148. Way to go, buddy. Woo!
Been waiting on that all season. I feel like he's had a few slip away from him, and he finally gets one.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. I had to go. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hung on, and what a way we've seen a lot of wild races.
He won the pole and the race.
He won the pole and the race. We're bringing him up. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to wait. And we're bringing up that winner. How about that? We got race winner Dustin Dewar, pole sitter tonight How does it feel to be back in victory lane, buddy?
Hell yeah, let's go, boys. Man, does it feel good. This season's been the longest season ever in OSCA, and man, nothing would go right, and tonight's just redemption. This team's been fast all year, and to finally grab that checkered flag, man, hell yeah, woo!
And it seems like you could have probably gotten, this almost should have been win maybe definitely number 3, maybe 4 for you, at this point in the season. And again, talking about some of that bad luck and just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And we were talking right before with a few laps to go, there's still now that possibility for you to point your way in to the chase-offs. But I think more importantly tonight, you wanted to get that redemption. You wanted to bring home that checkered flag. And I think did it come down to bringing home the checkered flag of the steering wheel here in those final few laps?
Oh yeah, I mean, the rest of the season's about checkered flags, and that's all that there is to it. And the way a lot of these guys race week in and week out, it's just about going out there, having speed right from the get-go, and chasing checkered flags. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't coming home second tonight.
Yeah, and that old saying too, because we've seen the good side of Dustin Dewar here, so far this season, but we haven't seen the lucky side. And tonight, tonight in half number 1, it definitely was a combination of both. You got that pole, but you did drop back a little bit. You fell back to around that 5th, 6th position. You kind of worked your way back up, and you were in prime position when kind of chaos ensued in front of you. Talk us through a little bit about getting around that contact between the 55 and 10, and it seemed like you just kept it pinned on the outside, kept moving.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back to the start of the race, I wasn't prepared to dig that hard right away. I was thinking, save the tires here a little bit. Let's get racy. Let's just ride. And obviously, it didn't go that way. And every restart, I'd lose a spot, and starting to get really frustrated, And then we finally got a couple laps here and there, and was working my way around a couple guys, and that wreck happened in front of me, and I said, hallelujah, it's about time something goes my way. At the same time, I'm thinking, don't come up the track. And I checked out there, and I wanted the race to go green from there. But I really appreciate Seth racing me clean there. I kind of missed that last corner a little bit, but he had a chance to get into me, and he didn't, so I appreciate that as well.
Yeah, and that's something we know. Old Rocket Man, he'll race you hard, and he'll race you clean. He certainly looked like he did that for you. But now, now you got that swagger back. You got that little dragon hop step going on right now. What's your plan for half number 2? You got to start back in 6th. What's the plan, buddy?
Go to the front. I don't see much of a problem with it. Yeah. Gotta hope for good luck again. Keep this car clean. Man, this Do Good Motorsports Chevrolet is fast, and I want to thank all the guys on the team too, like just for being here week in and week out. It's this is really something special we got.
Hell yeah, and awesome to see in victory lane. Hey, I'm being biased. I feel like Ned Jarrett up here in the booth again. I'm tickled to death that we got a win here tonight, buddy. And but before we let you get ready for half number 2, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'll give my shout-outs. But I laid down my qualifying lap, and I was disappointed with it. And then looked at the board, and I'm like, huh, okay.
Yeah, you and Jeffrey there. What the hell?
Like, is this in a stick? There's no way this is in a stick. I'm like, damn, that was a nice lap, and it felt terrible in the car. But yeah, big shout out. I think Dad's watching old JD's Hilltop Salvage in Goodrich, Wisconsin. Hello, Dad. Got any refrigerators, washing machines, scrap metal, copper wires laying around? Give JD a call. He'll help you out. Randy Big Balls Walters at Memory Lanes in Athens, Wisconsin. I hope you're having a cold one for me right now, my friend. Miss Goodies, home of the famous hooded towels. If you haven't got a hooded towel today, get one now because they're the hot item on the market. All right, love you, Mom, and let's go racing, boys.
Let's go racing indeed. And you know what? And the one thing I was worried about before we send you off here is I don't know if it was the last time you got a pole, but it was one of the last times you got a pole here in OSCA.
I reminded the team of this too.
So it seems like you got all the bad luck out of the way. And hey, you know what? Go get that goddamn broom and go win another one.
Hell yeah! Let's go for the sweep.
Hell yeah! I love to hear it. Well, good luck, buddy.
Thank you, and y'all have a good night up in the booth. Remember, we can't do this without you guys, so thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and yeah, congratulations again, and
Woo!
well, that's super. Let old man Jeff win one. It's been a bajillion years since he's won.
Yeah, and I owe him one kind of in a sense of a way, so I hope I can follow him, if nothing else, if I can't win this tonight.
Heck yeah! He where did he finish? Did he start up front, or he finish? Where did he?
Yeah,
finish?
the restarts bit him, just like they bit me at the start of that race.
I think he finished back in 7th, so he just missed that transfer spot. Damn. But anyway, you go get ready. You go. You settle in, settle down, and go get another one.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Goody.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Where's my hat?
We'll put him back in. You know what? That's a long story. We'll talk about that after the race. I gave the hats to my parents to send out. My mom, Miss Goody's Goodies, and I don't know if I lost them or she lost some of them, so I have to reorder some of them. So momentarily, and I know Gilberto out there racing definitely wants one, and now Dusty needs one because he's a winner now, and only winners get sprinkles. So he deserves a hat now. But
it's the progressive commercial.
Yeah. Yep.
Dustin Dewar gets sprinkles tonight.
Yeah, Dustin Dewar definitely does get sprinkles tonight. It's been a while for him. I know he's been hungry, but there's going to be a lot of drivers here in half number 2 that they're going to be hungry for the win. And, I think one of them has got to be that car going to be starting on the pole. It's not the real Jeff Green. It's the fake Jeff Green, we can say here. And that's James Watson, that 43 car.
We've got picks to make here.
Oh, yeah.
Pick in from Vic, too.
Oh, we do. And who is he? Was he supposed to go first?
Yep.
Okay.
We can hear it, and just so we have our picking order, it goes. I think I'm next. Yeah, it's
Okay.
We got Vic, then it's me, then you, Goody, and then Dallas, and then Carlos. And
Okay.
I don't know how I can go with anyone but Dustin Dewar.
Oh heck yeah, I like it. So who's next then?
You now you get to go.
Oh, I get to go next. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Oh man, I got to look at the board here, see who I can pick. And man, I am feeling I'm somewhat limited in options, but I haven't picked him all year yet. I'm gonna go with that 4 car of Nick Indelicato.
Wow.
Can you?
Huh?
Yeah, you can. Oh wow, yeah, you haven't picked him yet. You've been saving that.
I've been saving that, and tonight is the night. I hope the wheel issue doesn't rear its ugly head. Anyway.
Okay.
I hope I didn't jinx him now.
Dallas's pick is coming in right now. And in the second
pick is
round,
Breaking news. Who do we got for the Vic pick?
pick the 89.
Oh, okay.
So
Going
I
Thomas.
I like it. I like
So
it.
I think this is the first time. It's my turn now. I think this is the first time my pick in OSCA has ever won a race. So I'm really happy for that. It was the pole sitter. He won the race. I'm going to double down on the pole sitter, winning the second half. I'm going to choose the 43 of Team Waston.
James Waston.
Team Watson. All right. And that old. Hey, besides that type, well, that car is again one of the sharper looking cars out here as well. And it's field's gridding up, getting ready for half number 2. And again, your top 6 have inverted, so it's going to be James Watson on the pole. On the outside will be Dylan Thomas. On the inside of that will be Nick Indelicato starting 3rd. That could be a dangerous combination. Oh, James Watson's the only one racing right now. He's the only one. He's the only one rolling.
So where you at? Come on, guys, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. He's trying to get a great jump on the start here. Indelicato 3rd, Zach Rogers 4th. Seth Rawls is going to start on the inside of row number 3, and again, the outside will be our half number 1 winner, Dustin Dewar. I'm a little disappointed. He's running that Dave Marcus throwback, and he did not honor Dave. Or he didn't mention Dave Marcus in his shoutouts there. That's a shame. And the story behind that too. Well, obviously Dave Marcus, a Wisconsin native, actually pretty close to where Dewar and I grew up. But we always ask Jeff Green, like, what was Dave Marcus like? He's like, I don't know. He's hard to pass. And so I had to paint that car, that old Dave Marcus car. And hey man, he lived true to that. He was hard to pass there at the end and able to get that win. So it was pretty neat.
Really interested to see how our point standings shake out. Just so we're aware of it, of those 5 guys I consider not really safe above the cut line, 3 of them finished 22nd or worse. Jeff Green and Dustin Dewar on the outside looking in finished 1st and 7th. Victor Aldrich on the outside looking in finished 27th. So we had some guy, and even Ty McIntosh on the outside looking in finished 11th, which all things considered, not terrible. We got a lot of guys up here in this top 10 that need good runs tonight, and a lot of guys above that cut line who also need good runs but are all the way in the back.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting as things are getting down to the wire and the green flag is out. And this time, an outside line looks like it's probably got a pretty good jump from Dylan Thomas. They're drag racing down into turn number 1. Watson's on that inside as we've seen it early on in the going, getting a good jump. Oh, and Delicado gets loose!
He saves it. He's good. He's lost a lot of spots though.
Man, I want to test out those Shift Esports Fords for traction control here tonight. They're making some awesome saves out there tonight. I'm sure it's not what they want to do. They want to keep it going straight, but man, they are wheeling those things tonight.
Seen a lot of guys up here really minding their bumpers. A lot of get. Oh no! There comes Zach Evans and Dave Carpenter into the inside wall. Cautions out early.
No, and it was a grudge of a throwback matchup gone wrong. Those 2 guys faced, I believe, head-to-head in the throwback competition, and obviously getting together there. Let's see
like
what
Dave
happened.
Carpenter. Oh, he just too much beans, Carlos.
Too much.
Gonna lay off the frijoles.
Oh, yep.
Absolutely.
Beans. The musical fruit.
Oh my! The Lions took Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yep.
Hey, the Packers pick us up. You get ready. This is your time.
Yeah, I know. I got my eye on it, and a little more than the loss of a teammate or a driver here for Do Good Motorsports, but I got a pick coming up, so at least there's that going on for that. That will ease my pain here a a little bit, depending on who they
just
pick.
traded your quarterback, right?
Yeah, we got Jordan. It's all you need is love, man.
I think Jordan Love is. I think Jordan Love is going to be good. I'm excited. He sat under Aaron Rodgers for a few seasons. I think he's going to surprise people.
Yeah, and again, I think Matt LaFleur said it himself. You got to curb your expectations to go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to think it's going to go better or similar to what Aaron Rodgers did. It's unrealistic, but I think it's serviceable. If he plays like a Dak Prescott, a decent quarterback, and I think the way LaFleur's system has that Mike Shanahan system. What's that?
You better be careful the way you talk about Dakota Rain Prescott now.
Why? I think he's a pretty decent quarterback.
I'm just saying, be careful.
Yeah, he's not like the elite of the elite, but he's up there. He's up there.
Good, not great.
Yeah, good, not great, and I think that's all Love needs to be in a off system of Mike Shanahan offense. I mean, we've seen the 49ers. Heck, they could probably pull one of us as quarterback and win or at least be a playoff team. I could hardly throw 10 yards, but I'd probably throw more touchdowns and interceptions than any other team's offense. I probably could do that.
Somebody will be open.
Yeah. Fun. Just dump it off. Just screen pass. Dump it off to McCaffrey. You're good to go. Yeah.
George Kittle doesn't really need to be open, just in the vicinity of his fingertips. It'll be fine.
For him, I'd have to throw bubble screens, just 10 yards.
Oh, I see. He'll do the rest.
Yep, he'll do the rest. He's got to put the team on his shoulder. Who's that fullback they have, too? That Kajak or whatever his name is?
Yeah. Juszczyk, I think.
Juszczyk, yeah.
No right being as good as he. He's like one of the only really amazing fullbacks left, and I love the way they use him.
Yeah, it's more that classic style fullback role, and I do love it. As we're going to get ready to go back, green flag racing here. James Watson still holding on to that lead. Jeff Green, he was moving up there. Dewar was talking about how he was kind of getting eaten up by those restarts, but he must have figured something out in half one because he was on the move there before that caution came out.
Yep, and another element we're going to have that we didn't have that first half. Cameron Ridge is in 13th with a clean race car for now.
Yeah, it's not a modified right now. Green flag back out. As we've been seeing all night, that leader getting a pretty good jump on the inside. He's going to pull Zach Rogers. Man, I still almost have to pause and not say Deweese.
You're getting better. You're getting better.
I'm getting better. It's still like, whoa, is Rogers?
And then next week they'll switch it on you.
Yeah, right. And next week, Deweese will be driving that 25 car, rocketed by the Rocket Man Seth Rawls. Oh, he was trying to go on the inside there. And one thing I noticed all night long too, if you go too low on the exit of turn 4, it gets slick down there.
Yeah, it's getting slick. Oh, Caden Tufts saves it. 3 wide contact with Braxton Deweese. He saved it. Man, these guys are having to adjust constantly. And we've got more cars around. Gilberto's around again with Adam Peeler.
Oh no, and Adam Peeler running the throwback he was supposed to run, and Neil Rutt gets involved there as well. Did I just see Carpenter still moving? He licked that inside wall pretty good.
Trying to see how bad Gilberto's damage is, because after a weak first half, okay, he's fine. He cannot afford another bad race.
Yeah, it's getting to that time, and he's ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It could have been a lot worse there, but luckily, this little bumps and a little kiss, a little driving through someone. As that's Neil Rutt in that Termy Sadler throwback into the back end of Gilberto. So James Watson still holding on, as we've seen as much beginning part of half number 1. We're seeing just about as much wild and craziness, 3 wide action right from the drop of the green flag.
I've seen guys able to adjust and get out of some of these bad situations, but nonetheless, it's still happening.
It's still happening, and I'm just watching.
Yeah,
at least on my screen, it picks in. Don't spoil it for me.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I
Okay.
want. We're in a rebuild mode here, so I want some interior. I'm hoping.
They picked lesser known running back Jimmy Serial.
Jimmy Serial, Lucas Van Ness, edge rusher. Something I think they needed to address there as well. So I like the pick. So the Packers pick Lucas Van Ness from Iowa, edge rusher.
You had to do the commentary voice over that one, huh?
Yeah, that was. All you need is love. I'm sorry, I'm saying that to all drivers too.
Oh, okay.
Well, if for no one that heard that, the Green Bay Packers with their 13th overall selection pick Lucas Van Ness from Iowa, edge rusher. Just note that. I'm not saying that to Dustin Dewar, who's on track.
He's not responding to it either.
Yeah,
totally
he said he liked it. He liked it. He needed a little edge rusher. Oh. And Seth Rawls is excited for the next team now on the board here. The New England Patriots are now on the clock. The Patriots.
I love giving him crap about it.
We got someone here in the infield care center, and unfortunately,
Adam
come
Peeler.
on, Adam Peeler,
What?
Adam,
How?
you were supposed to give that throwback a good run.
What
I
happened,
did.
man?
It went to the sky. Did you not see it? I can't.
No.
I can't give a better ride than that.
That's not a good run. That's a good flight.
Yeah, I mean I can't do nothing more than that. I mean, that's the most spectacular thing that'll ever happen.
All right, here we go. Here's the replay.
Were you trying to go to the Sugar Moon?
I wasn't trying, but I ended up there.
Okay.
We lost you.
Yeah, for our screen,
Whoa.
we just
Whoa.
lost you, and you just disappeared.
And
No,
you went up pit road.
Yeah, I shoot up into the sky. It was interesting. I don't really know what happened, but whatever.
Oh wow.
But no,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was tough back there. So I was happy in the first race, and then I went ahead and took tires and fuel, and I was like, "There's no way we're gonna keep wrecking." Well, then they kept wrecking. So that kind of shot that in the foot. And when you're back there, man, it's whichever lane gets rolling is the only passing.
Oh yeah.
It's just if the bottom lane goes, then we go. If the top lane's rolling, then it rolls, and you're just kind of stuck, and it never spreads out to really do anything else.
Is that kind of where we're seeing a lot of the 3 wide racing here? We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, but it seems like we're seeing a lot of 3 wide racing here so far tonight.
Yeah, it's just people getting impatient, and the problem is when you go 3 wide, then that causes the caution, and then we're right back to the problem that we had. So if we could just get strung out, like I was saying in the Discord, if we could get 5-6 laps just to get it strung out just a little bit, you know, we could. This whole lane shifting thing wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, as right now they're still trying to figure it out here, as James Watson's still holding on to that lead. And before we let you go, we'll give you some shout outs here as well, but I do have to thank you. Oh, caution is out.
Told you, I win.
Yeah,
I called it.
You do it. Oh, and the Victor Aldrich and Alex Kenton involved in this wreck, a little crash of a T-bone variety.
Healer, that means that you have to run that scheme next week at Homestead.
Yep.
I mean, I'll run it. I hate red race cars, if I'm being honest with you, but I think I owe it to Vic because I screwed up last week to run it a couple times.
Yeah, you do. And I will still say his car looked pretty good for how he turned that together. I think we talked about that a little before the race, but that was
in like 25 minutes. So I give him props.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good. But I do have to also thank you for we made that order for the Sugar Moons creations a few weeks ago. Got that in actually. I think it's been a week or two now since I got it. And the Jack Frost. You said that little heart. I gave that to my girlfriend, and she loved that Jack Frost smell.
I wish I could take credit for the heart, but my brain doesn't work that way. So I know with the new schedule and everything, and she got kind of behind. So I know she threw in some extra stuff in there for you for waiting. So we do appreciate that. But we got a new schedule. We got it all worked out. We actually have some new stuff out on the Etsy account. Ooh. There's a couple new scents on there. Also, she's got some other little craft stuff she's doing that she's kind of enjoying. But I will say, everybody's been asking for an Adam Musk or peeler scent, is whatever they want to call it.
To keep the animals away, right?
Yeah, exactly. It is actually on Etsy now. It is the little purple bar that you see on Etsy. It is the Adam Musk. Apparently, my wife says that's what I smell like. So it's on there if you want to pick that up while you're there. But again, Nurse Aviator 10 at checkout gets you a 10% discount code.
So what does Adam Peeler smell like?
I don't know. I think the only time I smell myself is when I stink. So I don't know what I smell like when I smell good.
I hope it's not like too intimate either. Like.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. Okay.
It's that fresh out of the fucking shower smell. Oh, sorry, freaking. Sorry, did it. Get me out of here before I mess up.
I'm hoping it's not after you're.
I'm telling Mom.
In the shower.
Mom is Vic.
It's okay. Dad says it's fine.
OSCA Daddy says it's fine.
Cussing is allowed. Oh, well, there you go.
Oh yeah, cussing's been you're definitely not the 17th person that's cussed before. I think we're well past that. We heard Ty McIntosh in her ear once during a half.
Yeah, I remember that. I go back and watch them, and I thought that was pretty funny. So.
But what's Adam Peeler's prediction here? Who do you see coming out on top here in half number 2?
Well, I got to be pulling for DT Dylan Thomas in 89. That's got to go there. I mean, I'd love to see Nurse Aviator get its second win. That'd be pretty awesome. He's kind of stepped up running full time for us since Brent Jones couldn't run full time. So I'm looking for that. But it's honestly, man, the way it's rolling, anybody in the top 5, I would say, can win it as long as these wrecks keep happening. Now, if they can ever get it settled out and fuel come into play, then it'll get real interesting because you'll have guys try to do like I did that's probably already pitted that are praying that it would go green because they've already pitted. So,
yeah, and I believe something I think me and Matthew never really talked about, but like Dustin Dewar, who won that last race, and a lot of those guys in the top 5, I believe they never came down pit road.
They didn't. So I think I was the first one to pit from that. And I was running 15th when I pitted. So nobody that I know of above 15th pitted. And before they go green here, I'll let you know, like Dylan Thomas, we start the race about 15 laps short. When Dylan crossed the finish line, he said he still had 13 laps. That's how much we were saving under these caution laps.
Oh, wow. So definitely a factor for these guys to stay out front. And we're talking about how that strategy could definitely change in a heartbeat with those pit stops going, especially at different times on these short tracks. But well, thank you for coming up here, Adam. We're going to go back to green one more time. Give another shout out to Sugar Moon before we go.
Go check out Sugar Moon on Etsy and check out Nurse Aviator on Twitch. You get to hear this fine voice saying dumb stuff all the time.
Hey, that's what America loves, and that's what America needs.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
Oh no!
He's around!
Cameron Rich comes around!
Stretch!
Braxton DeWeese!
Braxton DeWeese! Caden
See?
Tufts, DJ Weeks!
Jordan Tarble sideways on the racetrack as well.
See, you don't even have time to get me out of here before they wreck again.
Right?
It was net code to start the wreck off, and that's all she wrote.
That was
Capuano.
wow, man.
It's already happened.
Man. We do send away Adam Peeler there, and oh man, netcode and nowhere to go for a lot of. Who's the guy who hit him right in the back there? Caden Tufts. That was a hard lick for Caden, hitting the rear end of Cameron Rich's car.
Oh yeah, that was netcode.
That was terrible.
Huge
netcode.
net code. And then this
then-
was, I just don't know if Cameron knew he was going to be there.
Either that or he's still trying to gather up his race car. I don't even know if he fully 1,000% had the control of that race car by the time he got into his teammate there of Darren Staff.
That 26 car, that thing got some air.
Ooh, and hey, Adam Tempe's like, my car's too clean. Scrape it up a little bit. I'm from the dirty side of South Bend, Indiana.
Needs a little bit of damage on that thing, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, Gilberto. Gilberto had a nice view of that one. Had to drive through it. Just barely missed it.
Are we on Gilberto here?
No, Cameron. I'll put
no,
Gilberto next.
Oh, it's Cameron. Whoa!
This is a bit of a ride. Oh,
I
the
didn't
right
realize
side
he got
picked
two
up
wheels.
on that thing.
Man, oh man, he's been through some. He's been to hell and back in tonight here. This is Gilberto here. Now we're Gilberto.
Yeah. This is Gilberto.
Oh
Whoa.
goodness!
Could be a season saver right there.
And that's your Fruit of the Loom. Give me a new pair of underwear. Move of the race. Wow.
That's your Miss Goodies good hands move of the race.
That's
There
true.
we
You
go.
know, one of the new towels she does have is a butt face towel. You know, the dark side for one, the
Oh, I see.
the clean side for the other for the face, and Gilberto
Dirty
might.
side.
Yeah, Gilberto might need that dirty side after that. That was close.
Very well could.
Yeah. So I gotta ask, why is Dusty's number on the side of the scoring pylon in gray?
Because he
He
won the first half.
Because he is a winner. Oh,
He's
that
a
makes.
wiener.
He's definitely a winner.
I am the wiener.
I'm not arguing that one bit.
Maybe he'll get another one. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
not biased
Cameron
'cause I
Rich
picked-
on the YouTube
Yeah.
chat saying, shout out to the 21 for the dirtiest move I've ever seen.
Ooh, so
I've been.
No, let's analyze the move just in case.
that's
Was it-
yeah.
was
Maybe we have to. Can we back it up a little bit
Yeah.
more? Let's see.
I don't think
'Cause
Cameron Rich is
It was
aware
netcode.
there was netcode. Maybe he hasn't seen it yet. He's not happy. I can tell you right now. I've been watching him, and he and Thomas Capiano have already made quite a bit of contact throughout this race. I don't think, at the very least, he has any reason to be happy with him, and
Well,
Yeah,
they've
so
been
yeah,
around each
remember,
other so far.
remember, guys, what we're seeing on our end may be different from what Cameron's seeing on his end. On his
It's
end,
true.
the 21
It's
may
true.
actually
Maybe
be
he's
hitting
seeing
it.
actual contact.
Yeah.
He might see actual contact. I'm
Yeah,
not saying you're wrong, Cameron. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yep, because we've definitely I've been part of that too, where yeah, on track versus what the even off track admin or you know what we see on a broadcast could be 1,000% different. So
I'll go.
hey, Cameron Rich has his opinion, and he's probably gonna stick with that opinion here moving forward.
I'll sometimes go back and rewatch the broadcast later, and they'll see netcode, and I'll be like, "No, the SOV turned me."
Yep,
That's not what happened.
you lie with your eyes.
He's sitting on a throne of lies.
They sit on a throne of lies as Cameron James Watson restarts in the lead. Cameron Rich wishes he'd be in the lead right now after that last caution. He's gonna get another good jump, pull that inside line, move him up, and yeah, we got half one winner. Dustin Dewar battling now Seth Rawls. They haven't been shy to battle each other here tonight, side by side for that third or fourth position. Sorry.
And they've
Looks
been
like-
keeping it clean too.
Yeah, keeping it clean, keeping it fun up here, especially in the top five. These boys have been doing a good job all night, or not all night, I should say. There have been things that happen. But how about this Dylan Thomas looking on the inside? He was taking a peek.
Oh, we haven't seen a whole lot of this out of Dylan Thomas this season. He's been good, but
Here
I don't know if
comes
I've seen
Morgan
him make a pass for the lead here. Here comes Morgan Shepherd.
Jesus, take the wheel. Dylan Thomas going for the lead. Oh!
Almost made contact. He used him up a little.
Man, I don't know if you're going to fit a piece of paper between the two going in the corner there.
We're looking on the outside.
How about Rocket Man? Look at him work that outside. This is what I've seen him do in practice, and he's making it work right now.
He's trying to get a run off. We got 4 cars under a blanket for the lead. Dustin Dewar and Delicato maybe wisely are keeping their distance.
Yeah, we've seen what Dustin Dewar, how he was at the right place at the right time.
Man.
Oh, boy. Rocket Man burning up the outside out there alone. And I don't think it's going to be...
man.
I don't think it's going to be a long, long time till touchdown brings him to the lead here. Man, wow, he is digging it.
I don't know how much that's doing for his tires, but he's throwing it in there, man.
I don't think he gives a crap. He is on the move. His
Dude,
Patriots
he
traded
nailed
out. He
that.
knows he's got some time.
He's good. Dylan Thomas cut him a break.
Wow. This battle for the lead heating up as now we're getting a stretch of green flag runs, and I might have jinxed it.
We're getting back.
Yeah,
Yep,
you jinxed it. You jerk. That was getting good, too.
That was getting good. Sorry, Brent.
Question
I
number
announced
one.
jinxed you there.
Who do you think you are?
Right? And why are you the way you are?
Why are you the... Oh, a classic old stat. Well, everything was fine. Uh-oh. Oh, wow.
Well.
Oh, me fine. Not
me fine.
Me fine.
Oh, Victor Aldrich spinning around.
Do you
Brett
take
Jones,
tires?
I think.
Yes.
Sorry to totally cut off your analysis. I think...
If you're the 25, the way he was burning up, you gotta take tires. Man, man.
I think if there's ever a caution to take tires, maybe now.
So
Uh-oh.
What happened with the 21 there? That was interesting.
Oh, dang it, they stayed out. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the... You got the wreck. I'm looking at...
All I know is that the 10 is sick and tired of being used up in this race tonight.
Ooh, he's come down to take tires, so...
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting, very...
Maybe
that's
he'll
a
be the
gamble.
one using people up now.
Yeah, it could be. The turntables could definitely turn.
Oh, he's probably going to come down and fix damage, too. He bounced it off the wall 2 corners in a row pretty hard.
Yeah, it's... Oh, boy. So these cars getting their damage fixed. We see DJ Weeks. We haven't really mentioned him tonight. Again, a guy fast in practice. Didn't get that good qualifying run in half number 1. We haven't really mentioned his name a whole lot, so hopefully he can maybe have a puncher's chance here now with those fresh tires work his way up through the field.
And we also haven't mentioned David Westergreen not one bit tonight. I feel like David kind of had about the same luck Dusty's had this season, but David, I don't know if he's touched another race car tonight. He's qualified 9th, finished 8th, started this in 8th, he's running 10th. He's where that Hornet's nest usually is, and I don't think we've even mentioned that pink number 9 car.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of been just off the radar generally when he does run good, because he's not probably running as well as he wants to even on good nights. He might be just in those 6th, 7th positions. Besides that awesome win he had last week battling Seth Rawls, and speaking of the 2 coolest wins I think of the season, at least from my biased point of view, is seeing Westergreen and Dustin Dewar win just a few moments ago. But coincidentally for Seth Rawls, he was on the losing end of both those battles, but they were definitely fun to watch. But yeah, keep an eye on Westergreen here. And I hope I didn't jinx him, because
he might be thinking points here, because he's got 66 on that cut going into tonight. Decent finish in both of these halves will all but lock him in going into Homestead next week.
Yeah, so he's just I think having a decent points night here tonight will be enough, and you got to think that top 10 run should be enough to do it here. If he can hold, we still got roughly about halfway to go. But man, oh man, this battle for the lead. I mean, we've seen Dylan Thomas starting to take peeks on Watson there, and Seth Rawls. Man, if he didn't burn his tires up, he's gonna be making some noise. I mean, damn near had a half number 1 win battling Dustin Dewar. Man, we've seen him just scorching that top side. That was probably the coolest thing maybe to watch of the night.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
wow.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say besides my buddy winning one, but that was That was fun. That was like an old dirt track move there. Guy just running the cushion of the racetrack, just getting that grip on the outside. It was cool.
Driving it in deeper than anybody's been driving it in all night, and really staying above that, staying way up. It was fun to watch. There were a lot of different philosophies. I don't think we've seen anybody do that yet tonight. But that right there, I think, is what he was talking about in practice. And I don't know how sustainable it is, but it got him up to third. And maybe that's something he revisits late in the race. I don't know how much more I'd do it, though. I don't know how much more that right front can take.
Yeah, and I got to wonder, too, if he's shown that hand, too, now, if anyone else is going to, maybe try to make similar moves now moving forward as the green flag is back out. James Watson, once again, getting another good restart. But now Rocket Man Seth Rawls on the inside, trying to work around Dylan Thomas.
Oh, Jeff Green's night nearly ended. He and Justin Kolb just about caused a huge wreck. They were able to keep it off each other just fine, though.
Yeah, man, and I think me and Carlos talked about this one night. It seems like those guys always find unfortunate circumstances to find each other. Glad to see that they're both pointing straight at the moment.
As I'm looking throughout the field, I see Ty McIntosh, Kynan Jones, Dave Carpenter, a couple of cats running outside the top 15 that could use some good runs.
Yeah, and how about Indelicato, too? I mean, we've seen him, again, start in third. You've seen him work his way up, at the tail end of half number 2. And we've seen him earlier here in half number 2 almost lose it, but working his way up slowly through the field in that 4th position, kind of waiting for this battle between Dylan Thomas and teammate Seth Rawls to work its way complete here, and he might be moving up in the second here pretty quick once that does happen.
Yeah, the way Nick Indelicato attacks is not really attacking. It's letting everybody else attack and then just kind of letting the race come to him. And I think that's kind of what he's done here. I know he hates this racetrack, so I mean he's probably cool with running top 5. When I say, there's racetracks people don't like. I don't like racetracks. When I say he hates Richmond, he wants this place tore up. He wants to never see it again.
Well, thanks for telling me that now, after I picked him.
He's running 4th.
He is. I mean, I saved that pick all season long, and I pick him at the track he wants bulldozed.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Okay. He finished 4th in the first half. He's running 4th again. What?
I couldn't ask for a whole. I need good points nights, and he's so far. He's delivering on his end of the bargain here. As right now, James Watson though, after that battle between Seth Rawls and Gilberto hard to the inside wall.
Oh, that is a disaster.
No caution.
The wall coming up.
Green,
no caution.
Green. Yep.
Oh my goodness! And it was almost disaster for Justin Kolb. I think he did tag Justin Kolb, and Kolb got away just fine.
Oh man, unfortunately for that Miss Goodies machine. Man, oh man, he keeps going, but he's probably gonna be down on power now. After that, he took a hard lick to that inside wall, and I think here, after that battle again between Seth Rawls and Dylan Thomas, now settled. Watson pulled out to a pretty good lead, but I think that 25 car, even though he burned those tires up on that top side, he's still got a little boost in those boosters right now. He's closing in, I think.
So you got to be careful though, because that 4-car Nick Indelicato just barely clears himself in front of Dylan Thomas for that 3rd spot. He's starting to work his way up. I'm wondering, Jeff Green. I think Jeff Green had the longest long run in practice. I'm wondering maybe, good Lord, if I jinx it, I'm going to church this Sunday. If I jinx it, Jeff Green might be able to make that long run work for him here.
Yeah, he kind of has made the best feel for it, and that's another thing I'm going to ask you too. Now is we had Peeler kind of talking about Dylan Thomas versus last half number 1, where they were about 13 laps short to 14 to the good or something around there, and now we're getting this long green flag stretch. Now we're burning fuel. Do you think these boys can make it?
Well, what did he say? They started 15 to the good and ended with 13 laps left.
Like 15 laps short, and I think 13 laps to the good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, if you think about it, right, that's a whole race of having cautions, right? Half race of having cautions would put you right on the bubble, because that's pretty even swinging, from good to bad. Maybe it'll be close on fuel. I don't know. You could, maybe, because if we really do go green from here to the end, they're not going to be saving as much. It could very well make it close. And even then, we were having a lot of cautions in that first half of this race. or the first 40 laps of this half, I don't think it was as bad as it was in that first half. In that first half, I was getting bored and honestly a little upset with how much they were wrecking, but it hasn't been as bad this half. I think fuel could be a problem, but maybe that's just me wanting it to be a problem because it's always fun.
It's fun, but the other thing, even if fuel doesn't become a big issue here tonight, could those tires be an issue? As I'm still surprised Rocket Man right on the bumper, but as you said, the guy who just waits for things to happen, Nick Indelicato, he has joined the top two for this battle for the lead, and he's now closing in, and this could be a three-man duel before too long.
Yeah, looks like Seth Rawls is just a little bit quicker right now, but at a track like this, a little bit quicker ain't going to cut it. You need to be a little bit more quicker than that to make easy work of somebody. And right now, he's sitting behind James Watson. I think he's got time, no reason to rush it, but he's probably going to have to pressure that 43 car into a mistake. As long as James Watson runs mistake-free, I don't think there's enough of a pace difference here for Seth Rawls to really make a run at him. And of course, we don't know how they've managed their tires. We know Seth was a little hard on him, but
Well, he was hard on him for a short period of time, so there might be an opportunity to kind of even that tire wear out here, especially if he puts that pressure on the 43. And I think one of the things we see at Richmond sometimes too is passing on the inside, especially if you get maybe a little bit too low on corner exit with a little bit of wheel turned in, trying to stay off that guy on the top side. You can get a little loose or maybe even spin out. But we've seen how Seth Rawls burns that top side. If he saved any bit of tires for a last lap pass, maybe just staying in this position right now, letting Watson kind of control the pace here, that could be a move that he saves for the final couple laps here to try to get that victory here tonight.
a little bit further back than that, Zach Rogers has been locked in a side-by-side duel with Dylan Thomas for the last few laps. Jeff Green, Zach Rogers with a big slide will not get the spot. Jeff Green worked his way around Dustin Dewar. He's going to attack that 20 car, and Jeff Green, if you were wondering, is that time by was the fastest car on the track.
Oh yeah, so maybe that practice pays off here, and right behind him is a car we haven't mentioned all night as well, and having a solid night here in half number 2.
Cooper Johnson.
Is the Cooper Johnson, that 91.
Yeah, and actually he's going to go back. Jeff Green just worked his way by Cooper Johnson. He's going to try and get Jeff Green back for that spot.
Yeah, so Coop putting on a pretty good lap here now, battling side by side with Jeff Green. And there we see on the bottom screen there we see the 52 of Cobb and the 26 of DeWeese this week, and Darren Staff. Oh, he got pretty close to the wall there.
Once again, just me keeping track of our point situation. That was not good for Gomera. Gilberto, he finished 22nd in that first half. The next 3 drivers under him in points, Carpenter finished 14th. Ty McIntosh, the first man out, finished 11th. Jeff Green finished 7th. McIntosh and Jeff Green, where is Ty right now? McIntosh and Jeff Green are both currently running top 10. Of course, as we know, David Carpenter, that's big for Dave Carpenter. He was the last man in, and he's currently back in 26 with a heavily wounded race car. Usually it's a little bit easier to tell you what that picture is going to look like, but the only thing I can tell you for sure is it's going to look a whole lot tighter.
It's going to look tighter. It might even look a little bit different after we conclude tonight's event. We still have 16 laps to go, and one thing might be happening now is that 25 car, his tires might be fading a little bit. He might have to give up that second position to teammate Nick Indelicato and let him try to chase down that 43.
When's the last time we saw that 4-car winner race? I feel like it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. He's had a stretch of bad luck, and it definitely looked like it was going to start out that way tonight with those wheel issues, but back in the lineup, ended up in top 5, and every time we interview Indelicato, he's about capable of winning no matter where we go, but keeps it humble. Top 5 is his goal every week. He did that in half number 1. I think now is the time to get a little cocky. Do it for me. Do it for Sterling. Go get that win, Nick.
Yeah, I'll stay. It's unfortunate that we don't have Nathaniel Cherry with us tonight, because Nathaniel Cherry was really getting hot. That points lead, that gap from Indelicato to Cherry, second in points, was up to almost 100 points at one point this season. It's since shrunk to 30 points going into tonight. Obviously, Nathaniel Cherry not here. That's going to grow and give second place in points to James Watson, currently in the lead. But, it's shrunk a little bit. We have that 4 car. It's been good this year. Indelicato is usually good, but it's not as dominant as it was last season.
Yeah, and it's added a lot of parity. I think a lot of exciting wins here so far this season, and I think that competition for that 4 car has definitely grown here, and the guys he's I think battling around too, James Watson, again that guy who will be moving in second points, and Seth Rawls, who I believe he was in second place in points for a good chunk of the season. I believe he even missed a race as well, but picked up a couple victories. At least I know one victory so far this season, and he's been knocking on the door. You know, a lot of his teammates, even in that old race shop for Nick, he's got a lot of stiff competition out there.
I don't know if we're going to catch him, but leader's coming off 4. Victor Aldrich, 24th on the racetrack. Just half a straightaway ahead. Oh, boy, that was huge for him. That's bad for Nick Delgado.
Yep, and it might be tough to get that win now with 10 laps to go. If we stay green, it might. Oh, Dylan Thomas in the wall!
Goody, you had to open your fucking mouth.
Are you kidding me? Again? It's uncanny. You did it again.
You can't make this up. You can't.
There goes Dylan Thomas in the wall, and that good run by Cooper Johnson.
You just costed James Watson a win.
Oh my goodness.
You 8 tires now?
Yeah, I think you almost have to, and especially again, you know, I said it last caution, but Seth Rawls, I definitely think you saw some tire fade, some grip fade, and I think we do see
David Westergreen. Oh, they all stayed out. Somebody come take tires. Yeah, there we go. TJ Weeks, Darren Staff coming to take tires.
About 12th on back, coming down pit road. Oh,
why are you not taking tires?
OSCA Daddy should have taken tires, I think.
Yeah,
it looks like about 12th on back.
Kolb should have taken tires.
It would have worked out great for him. He would have been the first car on those freshies.
And he would have lost like 2 or 3 spots.
Man, David Westergreen had to take some evasive action to swerve through those wrecking race cars, but he did keep his race alive.
Yeah, and I was watching Dewar, and you're watching Westergreen.
Well, Westergreen and Dewar both got lucky.
Yeah, I know. What's going on tonight?
They've each won a race lately. They're getting whoa.
What gives here? The script has been definitely flipped here in the second half of the regular season here, and these guys too. Just Dewar, it might be too late for the chase off, but for Westergreen, it might be a right time for him. But hey,
Justin Dewar, hang on.
You can't count him out either. No,
he won that race. Nothing is guaranteed in OSCA or in racing at Richmond in general. But if he comes out of here with another top 5, he's currently finishing above of a lot of his closest competitors. I mean, Dave Carpenter finished 14th and is currently on parity. He's going to finish 14th and 27th tonight. That's a lot of points gained on the last man. Gilberto just to make it simple, Gilberto and Dave Carpenter are the last 2 guys in, and they have both had really bad nights. Ty McIntosh, Jeff Green, Dustin Dewar, next 3 guys out, they've had pretty solid nights. So that's the simplest way I can put it.
Yeah, and I think sometimes too, the way Dewar kind of talked in his victory lane speech there, kind of having that we're just going for checker flags. We're not running for points anymore. It takes, I think, a lot of that pressure off of you, and that's when sometimes those good runs start stringing together. And as long as you can kind of keep your mind or keep that pressure off you as far as the points are concerned, I think that's when you can really parlay some good runs together. And so far tonight for Dusty and for Jeff and even for Ty, again, I'm sure half one is definitely not the way he wanted to go out, but still, all in all, not a bad night for those 3 guys trying to be one of the last guys in for the chase-offs here.
It's interesting. You see them all lined up there, 5th, 6th, 7th in that first half.
Yeah.
They finished 1st, 7th. I mean, it's a pretty good night for those guys on a night where Gilberto and Dave really did not need them to have good nights.
Yeah, just about everything for those guys went their way besides McIntosh's double contact there. But you could also say the way he got almost turned there twice, able to save that race car, and that could have been way worse than what it was for that 10 car.
Oh yeah, and again with Dustin and Jeff Green having such good runs tonight, Ty McIntosh twice, that could have been a season ender for him.
Oh yeah, it could have been game over, done, complete. He's still got a puncher chance here. He could have more going here as we're back to green. James Watson, watch out for that wheel spin on these old tires now, boys. Looks like they keep it going. James Watson gets a good start. Rocket Man Seth Rawls powering on the outside, but here comes Nick Indelicato trying to get that redemption after getting loose, coming on turn 4.
Oh, it's up in the air! Dylan Thomas around as well. Caution is back out.
Man, Land Shark turned to Air Shark there. Ooh, right in front of Rashid Coles, tries to get back on track. Jordan Tarble around again. Rough night for that 39 car as well. And Kynan Jones, man, definitely not having the night he wanted to have right now.
Let's see what happened here.
Oh, that's some.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
It just hit the right part of the wall. From that angle, at least, it looked like it was kind of a 3-wide scenario. And I think right ahead of him, Tim Conrad, they were catching him at just an odd angle, being 3 wide, just really nowhere to go, and it came down, didn't really maybe give Cooper enough room to exit that corner. They just get together.
This is bad news for Kynan Jones. He finished that first half in 25th. He's looking at probably another 25th place finish here. Went into this race about 48 points to the good on that cut line, and that gap is in all likelihood going to be pretty healthily erased. He's going to have to go swinging into Miami next week.
Yeah, so I think that no matter what, next week at Miami, these boys are going to be chomping on the bit. It's going to be a fun one to watch. Ooh, Tarble nowhere to go. Oh, man, is that Kenton again with a tough break there in that 14. Man,
I'm not happy about missing next week, man.
I know.
We'll be in Kansas.
Kansas. Who are you pitting for next week, Kansas? Do you know
It's a main series race, so either Bryce Hagerberg or, well, I don't know if he's going out to Kansas. Probably, I don't know, man. Kansas is weird every year because it's probably the 10 or the 11. That's what it usually is.
Okay, so last Saturday you were for, was it Ed Stampa? Was that his name?
Pampa.
Pampa.
Yeah, Ed Pampa.
So I had to give a quick Google search there with him, and I found out, like, man, that guy's my dad's age. He's 60 years old.
Yeah, Ed's been doing it for a long time, man.
Yeah, and he's had a really solid run. I knew the name kind of sounded familiar, but I had to Google it to kind of confirm, and yeah, it's kind of cool to see him.
You know who my crew chief was?
You
You got to know who Todd Parrott is.
Oh yeah, right? Definitely Todd. Yeah,
man. That's the fun thing about ARCA. We got what?
Longtime crew chief for Dale Jarrett. I think championship winning crew chief with Dale Jarrett back in 1999.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Got to work with Todd Parrott. That's what's cool about it. And Todd says he thinks the Cup Series is kind of a joke.
I won't argue with him. We're a couple old school guys here, so.
Yeah, no. He says he has a lot of fun in ARCA because he thinks ARCA is a lot more what Cup used to be like. Obviously, there's not as many cars and not as much money, but he thinks it's a lot more like what Cup used to be, and that's what's fun about ARCA. Some real interesting guys. I mean, we have at the dirt tracks twice a year. Kenny Schrader comes and runs for us at DeCoin and Springfield twice a year.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Fun stuff. And freaking Frankie Muni. He's not an NASCAR old head, but Malcolm in the middle is the points leader right now, for those who are wondering.
Yeah, that's kind of cool to see. I was watching him and seeing him run up front towards the end of that race on Saturday night. That was pretty cool to see. I never really watched Malcolm in the middle, but it's kind of cool. But kind of cool seeing this guy, and again, it's not just a guy who, he's not just having a crap ton of money and.
He's raced a lot in his life.
He's worked his way up to where he is now in ARCA, and kind of curious to see where he takes that. He might not be a Cup regular, Cup winner, but it'd be interesting to see if he starts getting some maybe some full-time truck series or Xfinity races in the near future, some seasons.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to be an actor who drives race cars. He wants to be a race car driver who acted.
Hey, I like that. I like that mentality, and let's see who's going to play out this final act here. 3 laps to go.
Great restart.
That was a jump.
Yeah, great restart by the 25. Timed it out perfectly. So now Watson's got some cars to block here. Some battling to do. as Watson's going to hold on. Oh! Indelicato trying to hang on to that inside line.
There goes Seth Rolls out to the top side again. Is he going to be able to stick it?
Is he going to have enough tires? Doesn't look like he's quite getting that run that he had last time with it.
He's got something of a run. White
flag. Here it
flag.
comes. Whoa, yeah, white flag. He's getting towards the tail end here. Seth Rawls does not want to be the bridesmaid 2 times in a row. Oh, they're wrecking in the back.
Jeff Green! Jeff Green is spun out!
Oh no, but coming to the checkered flag, coming out of turn 4, James Watson's going to win half number 2.
Seth Rolls, Brian. Oh, he comes up short once again.
Oh man. Zach Rogers comes home in 3rd. Dustin Dewar 4th. David Westergreen, how about that? Worked his way up into the top 5 after all the melee on the final lap.
Man, Dustin Dewar with a 1st and a 4th. He might have something to say about that chase cutoff.
He might have to worry about points going to next week. Jeff Green, unfortunately, running in the top 10, finished 19th. Nick Indelicato was 3rd. He finishes 21st after that little slip.
He hates Richmond a lot more now, for sure.
Oh, man. Oh, Cove turning that 95 hard in the inside wall for DJ Weeks. Wow.
Am I the new points leader?
For picks? Who'd you pick?
43.
He got the brooms out. Carlos is
I swept.
Sweeping the floor.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Vic better pay me extra because I'm sweeping the floors right now.
I'm
gonna call you Mr. Clean. You better shave your head for next week.
Oh, hey, just real quick off topic. I just want to say it. Vic wasn't on the mic to tell us, but he said David Westergreen actually won an OSCA truck race in an Ed Papa paint scheme, and it was the Clemson car. If Ed Papa's always wearing a Clemson helmet. Big Clemson guy.
Yeah.
Sorry to totally cut away from our race ending there, but I just felt like that had to be said.
That tied in together really well. But you know what? We'll bring in some of the interviews. We had some great racing here tonight, but how about Zach Rogers, Mr. I think he's one of the guys that's categoried as the super sub of the league, and in a sub of a sub of a sub, or I don't know how the hell that worked. But Zach Rogers, you're in that 20 car here tonight, and you gave her a pretty good run, finishing 3rd here in half number 2. Hey, you swept 3rds in both races. Now that I look at it, how about that, Zach?
We'll take it.
Yeah. Especially you coming in, you're out there trying to get the points for S2 racing. You gotta be overall happy with, especially with all the chaos that was going on out there.
Yeah, it was a fun night. It was a fun car to drive. It was just slippery enough, just tight enough, and just hard to pass enough, I guess. It was pretty interesting the whole night. Wasn't boring. It was a fun night.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, in general too, because we were really surprised. Even in half number 1, obviously probably more cautions benefited you as far as getting to the end without making a pit stop. But was there a bigger concern in half number 2 as far as making it the rest of the way on, and maybe not fuel as much as it maybe tires?
I didn't think so, because we were all, it being later in the day, we figured the track would be a little cooler. So as long as the caution situation played out the same as half 1, which it did, and then just the way everything played out, it didn't feel a whole lot better in half 2, but we could play our strategy about the same, and it pretty much worked out about the same result-wise. So could have been better, but not a bad day. We'll take it.
Hey, 2 podium finishes. That's nothing to complain about there. But again, super subbing. So I don't know if I can ask you what your outlook is on Homestead. I think we've asked you this before too, but I think your phone's always open for potential rides if anyone's out there looking for a sub next week.
I think I actually am locked down the next 2 weeks or so. I think I'm gonna step in for Timmy for old OSCA Daddy.
OSCA Daddy. What's OSCA Daddy got a little binge drinking to do or what?
I don't know. I don't ask questions. I'll just be there for him. That's
fair. That's a good sub. You don't ask questions. just give me that helmet and give me the damn car.
Exactly.
All right, but before we let you go, celebrate and get ready next. Well, actually, since you're going to be here next week at Homestead, what's kind of your outlook there?
I don't know. Now that I actually have an outlook on whether I'll be there or not in advance, I guess I'll practice a little bit, see what the car feels like, and be a little prepared for one of these. So hopefully that'll bode well. But other than that, just show up and see what I can do as always.
Heck yeah, and I think that's got to be something, going into Homestead too. Always a fun track, We've seen multiple groups. We've seen Rawls run all the way up towards close to the wall here tonight, but next week we should be seeing a lot of that. We'll be potentially 4 wide action going into Homestead, so that could be potentially another fun one for you.
Yeah, Homestead's a pretty fun track regardless of what you drive. So I'm hoping for the best. Hopefully it'll be a good show.
Yeah, good show. But before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout out to all the guys at Shift. It's been fun running with them again. I haven't gotten to talk to them in a while, so tonight was fun. Shout out Seth. Seth Rawls Design is on the car. I see Shop Angry Duck on the car. That's about all I can see on my screen there. That's all he told me to shout out. So there, I did my part.
You did your part well. Well, hopefully, maybe you'll have to have OSCA Daddy give you like a readout sheet, because I'm pretty sure you'll have a good chance to be talking to us next week.
I know I've missed a bunch of his. I'm bad at when it comes to shouting people out. I don't do it on purpose.
Well, we know. Hey, again, just give me the helmet I drive, and you drove, and you did good. You did good. Got some good team points, and we'll be looking forward to you. Now we got to get used to. I had to get used to seeing you in the 20 car, and then Braxton in the 26. That kind of threw me off for much of the night. So if you do watch the broadcast back, I apologize for that. But
that's right.
Now I'm gonna be screwed up next week too.
Yeah.
I might call you Zach Daddy Rogers, so that might be a thing.
Hey, that's whatever you feel, Goody. Whatever you're feeling.
I feel like you don't hate it, so I'm going with it.
I don't not like it.
Perfect. Well, again, thanks for joining us up here in the booth, and congratulations again on the double podium finish.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, guys. See you later.
You bet. Zach Rogers sweeping thirds here tonight, but with that, we're gonna hand over the interview mic to Matthew, and he's gonna interview Seth Rawls.
Yeah, Seth Rawls, Mr. Rocket Man. Really good points tonight for you, adding on to already a strong season. Couple second place finishes, but I know it's got to hurt a little bit to come up close 2 halves in a row.
3 halves in a row now.
3? Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, you're
Talladega.
right.
Yeah.
I'll take
I remember
it
now.
They just call me Ryan Blaine in the Shift Esports chat, so I'm gonna have to grow the mullet out, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Get my beard and have a mustache. Yeah, not bad though. Not a bad night at all. I mean, we'll take it. I don't like Richmond that much. Besides, it was a modified car, which was weird because this thing kind of drove like a modified. Like you kind of had to send it in there, get it rolled up.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, the way you were driving it, for sure.
Oh
yeah.
You just like my line.
Oh
It
yeah.
was unique.
It was working in practice, and I wanted to try it, dude. If I hit 1 and 2 a little bit better, I didn't fully commit to it. I think that was my problem. I didn't fully commit to it in 1 and 2, because I could have lined them up for a bottom shot or something in 3 and 4. But not a bad points night at all. Like I said, not a big fan of Richmond, so this was surprisingly good for me. I'm very excited for Monday for OSCA, because that's gonna be fun if that top is gonna work like that. But yeah, not bad at all.
No, and I'm just curious as far as tires go. Is that too much worse on that right front and maybe even the right rear coming off the corner? And just in general, talk to tire strategy, because I think you didn't take tires that second half, did you? And that's how important were they at all, or not important were they?
I didn't pit at all either half. I mean, so what I noticed was you could definitely let up the rears a little bit. You know what I mean? And you're gonna feel it later on. That's what happened in that long run with Nick and James pulling away from me. But honestly, if you got a yellow, they kind of cooled down, and you can kind of go at it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's kind of like a cycle. I feel like just kind of honestly, I've ripped them up. I ripped the top like lap 30-ish, and then we got a couple yellows. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna cool the tires down here, and I went back up there, and I was fine. Like it drove fine. I don't know. Between last night doing 63 laps in Sonoma, no tires, and this, I'm a little confused on how this all works, because it goes against what I've known as a race fan, is that you cannot do, 78 laps on one set of tires at Richmond, I feel like. But hey, we just kind of roll with the punches, and I think that was a good strategy by all the guys tonight, especially Zach coming in, helping us out with the tire calls there. I know Nick did take him in the first half, and he got up there, but we rolled the punches and we got a good finish.
And how you feeling about your draft so far? What did you guys do? You traded down, and who'd you pick?
Christian Gonzalez. I gotta watch some highlights tonight. I wasn't following him as much. I followed the guy from Penn State, but I forget what his name was. He was a good corner. But heck yeah, go Pats.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Right now.
I think you mispronounced that. It's go Pack Go, not go Pats.
Ew. The Packers. None of your guys in our division.
Yeah. Have fun with that. Have fun being in the cellar while the Jets are third place.
I'm gonna finish at least third in the division.
Yeah, one can hope. Anyways, Seth, does anybody else have any questions for Seth here?
I finished second, and I'm getting roasted in the interview. This is a mess up.
OSCA's not related to football. Don't worry
He
about it.
does not deserve this treatment.
What did you ask, Celtic or Matthew?
I said OSCA's a little different than football.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. All right. Well, hey, if nobody else has anything for you, whoa, hang on. What?
No, I was just saying no. I don't have anything for him. But hey,
Oh,
I
okay.
did. I'll just say again, loved watching you rock it on the outside. I was trying to do some. I was recreating Rocket Man while you were doing that move.
Nice.
Carlos said it did pretty good.
I had it where I forget what lap it was, but I had it moving like it was going. I was hauling booty cheeks. It was crazy. The runs you would get off of 2 and then 4 is. Hey, it's a show. Might as well make it a show, right? I mean, I'm not gonna run around the bottom the whole time. I wish I did it on Dustin there. By the way, congrats to him. I wish I just wasn't confident enough in it, but hey, if you guys liked it, I'm gonna do it more, I guess.
Hell yeah, run high, wide, and handsome, baby.
Yeah. If I didn't NASCAR 14.
I mean, you know what? Hey, Homestead's next week. That's a track known for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
You could
if
totally
it's the high downforce package, it's gonna be different. I mean,
I won't be here to
maybe
see
we'll
it.
all be up at top like Kansas. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be there to see it. Anyways.
Hey, that's depressing.
Yeah, I know. Seth, before we let you go here tonight, watch the rest of that NFL draft. Do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I got to shout out Zach Rogers and the whole Shift Esports team for. I know Braxton. We moved Braxton around, put little musical chairs. There's Nathaniel being out tonight, and had a couple of drivers, questionable. So happy that all worked out. Great run all night. I think we're going to gain some more of the points in the team points. For my sponsors, launch partners, great company or great group of guys, always supporting me. Check them out, launchpartners.com. They do marketing, social media, graphic design for you. More SEO kind of based, website kind of based. If you want graphic design like logos and paint schemes, come to me on the back of the car, SR Design. I'm open for commissions, SethRollDesign.com. My contact form, hit me up. Who else? Drop Dime's a great supporter of mine. You guys from the race on. Hope Vic feels better. I know he had surgery the other day, so hope he's recovering quickly. And I want to hear his beautiful voice next week, hopefully at Homestead. And you guys have a great night.
All right, Seth, thank you for coming up here talking to us. Thank you for running. Congrats again on the duo, and I guess now 3 in a row second place finishes. Maybe you can get one tick better next week.
That is the game plan. See you guys.
Have a good one.
Seth Rawls putting together a strong night. Now we get to talk to race winner, Goody.
Yeah, we do get to talk to the race winner, but there has been a breaking news report from
A trade. A pick has been traded.
No, this is even worse. This is bad news for Carlos. Mama Goody messaged in and called you potty mouth. This is actually from something that happened earlier. Yep.
I remember when you jinxed
I'm
it.
really sorry.
It's when
I'm
you
really
jinxed
sorry,
it.
Mama Goody. I'm really sorry, Mama Goody. I just felt like it had to be said because Goody himself fully changed the outcome of this race, and he knew what he was doing, and I felt like it warranted that. I apologize for the kids watching, but Goody, man, you had
See
that
how
one
he's
coming.
turning it on you.
I mean, I did. I knew it had to come, but it didn't stop old Mama Goody from giving the old tisk over.
I shall await my punishment by having to wait a couple more weeks for my hat.
That's true. That's true.
The fair way to do it.
That's fair. I like it. I like it. But with that, we'll bring in half number 2 winner James Watson. He's been waiting patiently. Mama Goody likes someone who's patient and doesn't cuss. James Watson, are you a cusser? And congratulations on winning half number 2.
Oh heck yeah, I am. I curse up a frickin' storm. Yeah, I mean I really do, but I try to behave when the camera's on me.
Okay, see, yeah, just a natural winner there. That's it's sometimes not always, you know. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, you know, again, you got the invert on the started from the pole, and it seemed like really didn't have too much pressure there. You know, a little bit from Seth Rawls, but it seemed like track position out here was definitely king tonight. Walk us through half number 2 there a little bit.
Yeah, like I was disappointed with missing out on the top 5 in the first half, but I realized I was going to be on pole. I'm like, oh well, I'll take it, and I didn't think I'd be able to hold on to the lead as long as I did. Like I got lucky because like this after the first restart, I clipped the apron like an idiot, cost myself so much time, and I had to wheel the hell out of the car to stay ahead, and caution came out right when I was just a nose ahead, so I was able to get the ideal track position back and was just able to hold it. We got lucky and got enough cautions to where just like the first half didn't have to pit, and yeah, I was trying to manage the car as best as I could. You know, Richmond is very tough on the tires. If you're not careful, you can burn them off really easily, and it's difficult trying to balance that and having enough pace to keep the lead. And we finally kind of reached that crossover point a little bit when we had that long green run. I was able to hold enough of a steady gap while not really pushing my car too much, and was able to get a gap. And then finally, when I get that gap, we get that last caution. I'm like, come on. So yeah, it just became just nailing the restarts. Thankfully, didn't choke either time, and was able to hold off basically the entire Shift Esports brigade, and that's an accomplishment in and of itself. Those guys are just ridiculously OP. So I'm just happy to get the win, and yeah, and like this is one of the companies I own. Like I'm co-owner of SimSearch.com. We're basically like the sim racing eBay. You know, if you got any sim racing equipment that you're looking to get rid of, list it up and have people come and try to get it. You can also list paints, list any setups you make as well. So winning a race that you sponsor is pretty nice too. And also winning in the Jeff Green throwback, I decided to keep it on one more week because I felt like it didn't really get the results it deserved. And you know, being able to actually share the track with Jeff Green running his own paint and get the dub in his car, like yeah, you can't ask for much more. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because, of course, Jeff Green wasn't able to make it last week, but did he even give you a compliment or anything on the old throwback?
I haven't heard him say anything yet. I believe he did like it on Twitter, if I remember correctly. I spun in front of him in practice, and he T-boned me, so I got a screenshot of that, so that was amusing a little bit. I called it Jeffception.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, he was probably like, oh, I got to get in that car. And so he just drove right into it.
He was like, hey, I recognize that car. Crash.
That's me. Oh, dang it. Maybe
oh,
not.
Hey. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. But going back to some of those runs, as you said, you were holding off the Shift Esports Brigade, and we've seen, you know, Rawls make some moves on that outside. He worked himself up. I think he was back all the way back in 5th or 6th and worked his way up and put some pressure on you. But talking about that managing pace, it looked like you did a really good job doing that because, you know, at some point, Rawls was right on your back bumper. Then it seemed as you ran more laps and after he did kind of burn his tires up on that outside, he started to fade a little bit. then we seen Indel Licata come up there kind of out of nowhere, and he might have been looking like the hot guy to come up, and he kind of wavered, got a little loose there a little bit, and lost a bunch of track position there too. So it seemed like any time that you got that pressure during those long green flag runs or those restarts, like you said in general too, that any little mistake could come back to bite you. But it looked like you hit everything just about perfectly, and you were really, I think, controlling that race out there tonight. So again, a good job on that.
Yeah, like basically what I'm usually doing on any given day, weekly basis. Like I'm doing a lot of short track racing, racing the modifieds and the Silver Crown, and even the 87s and even stock car weeks when they come to road short tracks. Like this is kind of my bread and butter. I know how to get around short track good. I know how to take care of the car, have some speed while saving your tires. Like I'm not necessarily the fastest person out there by far, but like I've learned how to weaponize my slowness and learn how to conserve tires, conserve fuel, and get the most out of my car. And I've been able to get a lot of good results in other leagues and officials just by learning how to take care of my stuff and when to push and use that to my advantage and kind of slip past people or hold people at bay when the race kind of drags on a bit.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it did pay off here tonight. But next week, not a short track, but we go to Homestead, which depending on the package, for these Gen 6 cars that go to, I think it's going to be the high downforce package. So it might not be as exciting, but I still think in general it's a pretty popular track. So what's kind of your outlook going into next week at Homestead?
If I can get a top 10, it'll be a miracle. I am not good at that place. I'm not good at mile and a half in general. That's why I still can't believe I won Kentucky, because I'm not good at the bigger tracks. I've never been able to figure them out. So yeah, basically I wouldn't pick me as a race winning pick next week, because I'm not. If I'm up at the front, then something crazy and drastic happened. I'm not gonna be any good next week. You can count on that.
Let me tell you what, you were a race-winning pick this week.
Yeah, Carlos picked you.
Hey, I'm happy to be of service, my friend.
Hey, guess who I picked for half one?
Did you pick me again?
No.
Oh.
Did you pick Dur?
Yeah, I sure did.
Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to then pick me at some point next week then?
I
I'm
definitely
gonna need
can't
to...
pick you half two.
First half, you got him.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I could pick you half one, but I think I might be the points leader, so I'll probably be the last one to go.
Whoa, oh, I was just saying, like,
Hey,
I don't want to...
So James, sandbag, don't do well in practice or qualifying, so everybody leaves you alone. Carlos will take care of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. When I'm at the bottom of the charts, it's definitely going to be on purpose. Yeah, totally. It's not going to be represented at my actual pace. Surely not. Yep. All up to plan.
Oh man. But anyone else got anything for James here?
Let's see. Well, like I said, gotta check out simsearch.com. Gotta thank all my friends and homies back at Team Watson Racing Seps. Use code WATSPIN39 for 10% off a checkout. Gotta thank National Racing Network for always being there for me, always supporting me and helping me out. ZAS Designs for doing my schemes. He did this scheme, and as you can see, it is absolutely incredible with what he was able to do.
Beautiful.
Even
very beautiful.
making our logos like the actual logos on the car, like TWRS and Cheerios font, ZAS Designs and the Betty Crocker cursive inside the spoon. Like, the man makes good work. Him and my other paint scheme designer, my awesome teammate, Victor Aldridge. And gotta thank you guys for broadcasting everything. And Martin Sports Sim Racing Apparel, well, for always taking care of us. Team Watson Racing hats are now available, everyone.
hey, yeah, go check him out. And you know what? Speaking of your teammate and his paint schemes, I still think his regular scheme is maybe the best, and yours is number 2. That old beach cruiser. You got the beach cruisers out there, and I love it normally. But hey, this Jeff Green scheme is also pretty badass too.
Yeah, Victor, he basically made the Phoenix Suns the Valley jersey into a car because he's a huge Phoenix Suns fan. So that car, the gradient work he did is just impeccable.
That's very, very beautiful. But yeah, hopefully, both of you, we got to get Victor up here sometime too. So hopefully one of you guys will come up and talk to us next week after Homestead.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, right. Hey, we'll let you go and celebrate that victory, man.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too. That was James Watson, winner of half number 2 in dominating fashion. And he wins his race, the SimSearch.com. But with that, Matthew, man, I know you're not going to be here next week, but I'm sure I know in my heart you're going to be tuning in next week. I want to know what you're looking for when we head to Homestead next week.
Oh, that points battle is spicy. I'm not going to lie to you. Through this entire interview process, I've been looking at the point standings 6th through 17th and adding up all their finishes and crunching numbers myself just so I can know sooner than tomorrow morning for when Vic does them. And I can go ahead and tell you, it got a lot more interesting. Vic's got to add some bonus points, and maybe I missed a few because I was kind of rushing here and there. But basically, the picture, David Westergreen, all he's got to... I am American. I was rushing. I was going fast. David Westergreen, pretty much just has to show up next week. Tepe is plus 60-ish. Kolb is plus 50-ish. Conrad and Kynan Jones are both plus 40-ish. And then it gets tight. Tyler McIntosh has jumped from 6 out to about 15-ish out. Gilberto is somewhere around 10. Or not, McIntosh is now 15-ish in. Gilberto has fallen a little bit. He is now only in by about 9 points. Dave Carpenter is out by 9, and the kicker is Jeff Green, 18 points out of that cutoff. But that spin on the last lap cost him 12 points. He could be 6 out right now. It hurts a lot. Now Dustin Dewar is a good story. He was like over 50 points out. He's just over 20 points out now. He could have a good race next week and totally sneak in. And I think after that, it's Victor Aldrich, 30-some points out, and then Jordan Tarbell on back will not be able to make it. It's something like that. And I will lead the broadcast points by 3 over Carlos tonight.
Ooh.
Right. But I'm close.
It's heating up. It's on fire.
Carlos, you had a heck of a night. You made up some ground.
Did. I came in here in the penultimate position.
22 points out, and now you made up 20 points tonight.
Yo, I'm like the Heat in the last quarter of the last 2 games they played.
And cut.
But hey, next week, McIntosh, Gilmera, Dave Carpenter, Jeff Green, Dustin Dewar. Those are the 5 guys that are going to be in the thick of it fighting for those last couple spots. And man, I wish I would be in the booth calling it with you guys next week, but I'll be watching. And before this season's over, I should be back up here at least one more time.
Also, we'll be looking forward to that.
Did we point out that Watson led cover to cover?
Oh, yeah, he did. He did.
Wow.
He did, yeah. An uncontested win here tonight. So, again, congratulations to that. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out before we headed off air. But, yeah, it should be a fun one to watch. A lot of storylines to follow going into the regular season finale next week at Homestead. Again, you can tune in right here on 3 Wide Racing Television. And also, I don't know when's the next race for OSCA. It's not this Monday, is it?
Yeah, it is. Richmond.
Well, it's not. Is it broadcasted? I know only it's a partial schedule. Carlos might know.
I don't
better
know.
than I do.
Excuse me, I was wrong. At some point, Dylan Thomas led 1 lap.
Okay, so not pretty much uncontested. That's right. They were side by side.
Basically uncontested. Oh my God! The Ravens took Zay Flowers. I'm mad. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. See, yeah. There's that. I forgot they got Odell too. Huh. Yeah. I don't know what that means. And they re-signed Lamar Jackson to a huge contract.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We're losing. We will get watching the draft here, but
draft coverage and race coverage tonight.
Yeah, we got a little bit of both here. But again, tune in next week right here, 3 Wide Racing Television for season regular season finale. The storyline should be good. Tune in. But until next time,
Look.
for Matthew, Carlos, and myself, and Vic, good night now.